subscribe to the podcast along with. Start the song over. Hey, sports fans, and thank you for listening to State of My Sports, where we talk about State of Michigan sports and State of Michigan beer. If you aren't following us on social media yet, please do so by searching State of MI Sports. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast along with our YouTube channel so you do not miss an episode. For even more content, check out our website, stateofmisports.com. Before we get into the episode, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. The Hops Brewing Company and Cafe is the official brewery of State of My Sports. Siciliano's Market helps us pick out the best Michigan beers for each and every episode. Also, Caleb from Mac Web Design helped us get our website created. So check out all of our sponsors and let them know that we sent you. All right, we are here at Second String Leather Company, episode 102. We're joined by Joe Messina and Zach Smith at their Grand Rapids facility. Like I said, Second String Leather Company. We will give them some time to introduce themselves and their company to our listeners and talk some hockey with them as well. With the NFL draft on Thursday, we'll work through some different scenarios we may see how we would react to them. It's easy to react in the moment, but we're going to try to react before the moment, and then you guys can hold us accountable to that
like
one.
A pre-action.
Exactly. I didn't explain what you're doing over there. I'll explain that one to you later, Kyle. And then we're going to talk, obviously, some betting hero with some odds, and we're also going to grade some Michigan beers. Should be a really good time. So I'm Sam Waltart. With me today, we got Kyle Fossey, Micah Smith, Ryan Waltart, Zach
Hello.
Smith, and Joe Messina. John Dornbos working behind the scenes. Basically, we got to get quickly into introducing our guests, but we did want to have some, is it spring cleaning? Is that what we should call it? With talking about a little bit of Tigers and Pistons. Well, all right, I'll give you.
It's been a couple weeks, right?
Can we get a timer? Maybe start the Jaws music already and let Ryan talk a little bit about the
How much
Tigers?
time are you giving me right now?
I don't know. I'm not the time guy here, so.
How long do you want?
Yeah, well. Basically,
Let's jump right into
you
it.
wanted to
Let's
talk
do
about
it.
the Pistons. I think is your big one, right?
No, I think I want to give a little update with the Tigers because they've been on a cold stretch here. Like they're not doing so hot. They have lost 10 out of their last 11 games. We don't need to get into the details. Spencer Turnbull is back in the rotation. He looks good.
He does look good.
Tarek Skubal the other day looked really, really good. Casey Mize has his ups, has his downs. We knew that was going to happen. He's pitching exactly the way I expected. Sometimes,
thanks to you, we know.
knew. Sometimes 4 innings, 5 earned runs. Sometimes 7 innings, 1 earned run. Like that's just the way the season's going to go for him based on how his fastball is looking.
But really, the key is the defense has been really, or sorry, the offense.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about defense. Nobody cares about defense with baseball right now. But no, I mean hitting. They look really, really as expected. I think that's the best way I can say it for myself. Candelario is their best hitter. He's hitting 276 right now. A little bit of struggles out of the Willie Castros, Scope, Wilson Ramos. He had a bunch of bombs early. Robbie Grossman. They're all kind of underperforming right now. But this is not a normal everyday winning lineup. We knew that from the beginning. And that's okay. We're going to get these young guys coming up eventually. Everybody hates, Micah sends out his weekly Avila hate text talking about Al Avila and like how he needs to be fired for all the terrible things he's done. It's like, he was given the worst situation ever too, So we can get into that a different day.
We don't have time.
We can get into that a different day. But
right.
No, they're performing as expected. Their offense is going to do this. It's going to go with the highs are going to be high, the lows are going to be low. More than expected, they rely on home runs, and I didn't really know that was going to happen.
Yeah, standing was not a good idea for me. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, you're going to start slapping people, I think.
This is not going to go well.
He's struggling.
That'll happen with me. They'll learn very quickly the way I work. But
I want to see Harold Castro get more involved in the offense. I want him to be an everyday hitter.
He was in the 2 slot yesterday, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he's getting more playing time. But I think again keep an eye on him. I think Willie Castro, Harold Castro, they're going to be around for a little while.
All right. Do you want to talk 30 seconds of Pistons?
Pistons have dropped from the third worst record in the NBA to the fourth worst record. So they're going the wrong direction. Yeah.
It's not good.
So they didn't drop.
No, and their core of young rookies last week, they all got to start together. We're talking about Sadiq Bey, Killian Hayes, and Isaiah Stewart, and they shined. They were awesome. Since then, Killian Hayes has really struggled again. But what we know about those three is that they are a decent building block core to work with here.
Yeah.
And if we can get in the next couple of years, if we can find the superstar to pair with those three, building with them, and then maybe keep a guy like a Jeremy Grant. I don't know if he's around for the long haul or not, but this is a team that I think is worth investing into. I think this young core that they're finding right now will pair with something. This isn't the answer right now, but it will pair with something long term.
I think it's just I don't want to see it now. I don't want to learn that these guys are good now.
Yeah, it's too early.
Do it next year. Like I don't want to win. I don't want to accidentally win and just all of a sudden find ourselves with the fifth best odds for the draft because we're going to drop 3 spots either way. So you might as well get second best. But
I will say with those 3 first round draft picks last year, each one of them is good for a different reason. And the most encouraging thing is that each one should get way better in a different area. And not because they should put time in the gym and get better at it. They are that good. They just don't have the freedom in the offense to do something, what they want to do. Yeah. Or, Isaiah Stewart, I think he's a really good shooter right now. He is a really good shooter, but that's not his role at this point. So he will come around as a center who shoots 3-pointers.
Which would be really nice to have.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And he's great defensively. And we see Killian Hayes, he's actually way better than most defensive point guards. He's really good. He just doesn't shoot the ball ever.
He
young. Does not shoot.
He's still not NBA jaded yet.
He'll have games where he scores 0 or 2 points, and that's just unacceptable in the NBA. And when he gets there, when he gets to the point where 10 is a normal thing for him, this team is going to be pretty decent.
There you go.
It is time to introduce our Michigan beers for this episode, but before we do, I want to remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They are simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus and downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether you know what you want or need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for that. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of the best craft beers from across our great nation, they are individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. They obviously have a great selection of craft beer. They also have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. Siciliano's Market also has the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family, and it is who we visit to help us choose our Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you. Kyle, before we introduce our guests, we should introduce our beers, huh?
We should,
What are you drinking over there?
So I have another Arvon. Sam, you've blessed me with another Arvon here. Broadway. It is a blonde ale.
I'm drinking a blonde ale too. I didn't just realize that.
Good for you.
Your turn.
They never put that much on here, which is fine. I'm not because it's a good looking can. It says hoppy blonde ale brewed with Idaho 7, dry hopped with Citra and Galaxy, 4.7. 1 pint. This is 1 pint. That's
1 pint.
16.9 ounces, I believe.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I think so.
It was 16. That's crazy. That's new to me. Micah,
I have no idea.
What are you drinking over there?
I'm also drinking an Arvon, and this is the Peach Apricot Double Kettle. Obviously, it's a kettle sour slammed with peaches and apricots, and it's an 8%er and goes down real smooth.
Dangerous.
Ryan?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one again. This is another Lost Art Brewhouse beer. This is Stryker Lager. They're 5%. We've done this one before, I think.
Yeah, but they have new branding, which is awesome. I love that they went with the baseball theme.
Yeah, this label's awesome. It's got the old school baseball player with the most classic mustache you could get from a baseball player back in like the 1800s.
Vintage.
Yeah, I love it. So this is a good one. It's right in Walker, Michigan, and they're good stuff.
Awesome. I'm drinking from Saugatuck Brewing Company, their Oval Beach Blonde Ale. Basically, this is just about having fun. It says have fun guaranteed. I don't know what that means exactly. But they have this
Seems
nice
pretty
little
straightforward.
little thing here. It says you're on the beach,
Very straightforward.
It's like
water on your
nothing else.
on your
Just have fun.
toes, and wind in your hair.
Take what it says. That's
There's a breeze coming in over the lake. This is awful. Why do you guys let me do this? You should just kick me as soon as I try to start reading
You're
something.
gonna like the way you look.
Jimmy Buffett. Dude.
Anyways, basically all you can smell is fresh air. The sun is warm on your face, and you are completely relaxed. It says, "Are you there? We'll crack this can, and we'll help bring bring you to your happy place in the sun."
Good job, Sam.
Saugatuck. Obviously, it's in Saugatuck, Michigan.
It is?
Something interesting about them. So, Mikey, you brought up earlier that they just purchased. Was it Crescent? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Do you
they
have any
purchased
details
Creston.
on that? So, is it basically are they gonna stay under the Crescent name?
Those are the only details I have.
Okay.
Is the purchase. That's
The
it.
purchase was
Sorry.
made, and that's all that matters. I've learned that from my wife.
So
Just
we
don't
will-
ask questions.
don't
Just
ask
know
any
that the
questions.
purchase has already been made.
We'll see what happens though, right? I mean, if they change the name of Creston Brewing Company, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. It is time to get into our main topic for episode 102. But before we do, I want to remind everyone that the Hops Brewing Company and Cafe is open and pouring some of the best craft beer in West Michigan. The revamped food menu, rotating taps, wine, ciders, basically everything makes the Hops the perfect place for whatever you have going on, from dinner with the family, late night drinks with your friends, and pretty much everything in between. The Hops is becoming a staple in the West Michigan restaurant community that we highly recommend to our friends and listeners. The Hops is the official brewery of State of My Sports in 2021, and if you mention State of My Sports, they will give you a nice little discount on your first beer. A little different episode this week. We're obviously not in my basement, which is
a lot-
nice. Kyle,
a lot nicer
I haven't
here.
seen you smile like this in a long time. He's like, I'm not in this dungeon of the basement. But we're at Second String Leather Company, and we're joined by Joe Messina and Zach Smith. Thank you guys for having us. We're really, really excited to be here.
This is awesome.
Absolutely. Glad to have you.
And obviously, you just saw the experts do the beer introductions. And I mean, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Can you guys introduce what you're drinking right now? Fuzzy, I would like you to start here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Here we go. I'm throwing you to the wolves.
We know it was impressive, so live up to these kind of
Yeah,
standards.
I went last, so you guys don't have like.
So it can't get
much to
worse.
compare
And you
to.
gave me the hardest word to
Yeah.
pronounce,
Yeah,
apparently, to Sam.
Let
So-
Sam help you.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah.
Can you, what does that say?
I'm not. I'm
I
done
think
with
he
that
said
one.
last time. I think he said transcendent. That's what he said last time.
Transcendent trendsetter.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of words. Too many words. From Arvon Brewing Company.
Another Arvon. So it's
yeah.
on Division.
Yep. this
Have you
is
ever been to
my-
Arvon?
Have I been to any bar around?
I don't know. I mean, we'll get into one of the questions later. You
I don't know. Actually,
travel.
yeah.
You do
Been
travel.
to a lot of water drinking
No.
fountains. I could tell you a bunch of those.
Has fruit punch in it.
Yeah. So it's a sour, right?
Yeah, it is. It says women should not drink alcohol beverages during pregnancy.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should.
thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that.
Yep, just so
I read
everybody
that
knows.
1 week and Sam yelled at me because Armand doesn't put good descriptions on so many of them.
No,
Yeah,
they
but
don't.
That was
Yeah.
that was in my house, and you can't kick me out of my house. They could kick me out of here
That's
if
true.
I said that to them.
What's different about this one? It doesn't give the description of the beer on the label, right? It's not like part of the name like
It's
yours,
not,
like
yeah.
apricot,
Yeah.
double kettle.
Well, it says kettle sour with blueberries, blackberries, vanilla, granola, cinnamon.
That's perfect.
Keep cold, drink fresh.
Good
Nice.
job.
Beautiful.
No, that was that was well done, Joe.
I'm not going to lie to you. This is from Big Lake Brewing Company. It's actually pretty good. More of a summer spritzer, lemonade beer.
Yeah,
The best part about this, 95 calories.
that's it.
That's
pretty
it.
That's solid. That's solid. I actually drank. Was it
That's a
last
lot
week?
of calories when you have 10 of them, though, right?
It adds up. That's like a meal.
Exactly.
You
I
seem
think
like a guy who is really into his calorie count.
Under 2,000 a day.
Hey,
No,
Under
I
2,000.
think I drank that one. I think it might have been last week. I'm not positive on that, but
It's
maybe
it's
maybe
okay.
I'll have to pull up my grade and
It's
compare
not
it to
bad.
yours at the
It's
end
not
of the
bad.
episode.
Second one pint,
Yeah,
smooth.
you're on your
Pretty
second
good.
one?
and there you guys
Yes,
are
sir.
going to just be drinking a bunch of different ones
guess
because
he's
I don't
at
know if
home.
we have any more of those, so you might be jumping
doesn't need
around
to
get
to,
home.
to different beers and just
Nothing wrong with that.
tell us a little bit about it as we're going for sure. So basically, I mean, what we wanted to do is lose the sheet that I wanted to go on. Basically, I mean, so Second String Leather Company, like I said, Joe, Zach, you can find them on secondstringleather.com. And then Instagram and Facebook is what is it? Second String. It's just Second String Leather
Yeah.
Company. And then your Twitter is at Second String LC.
Yep.
So for all of our listeners out there, you can find them on there. But really, I mean, I would like for you guys to kind of share a little bit about your company and really just kind of your backstory of how you got to where you are. So, I mean, let's just talk about each other first. I mean, Joe, can you tell us a little bit about like where you're from, kind of how you got into the hockey world?
Yeah, from Detroit, Michigan. Goodness, I've been living here in Grand Rapids since 2002. But my hockey career brought me sort of all over. I was playing minor hockey in the Detroit area, moved away when I was 16 years old, and ended up playing AAA hockey in Wisconsin. And then I moved to Minnesota, played at Shattuck St. Mary's, which is a prep school out in Minnesota. And then from there, I went to SUNY Brockport in New York, played there for 4 years, graduated, and then sort of found my way with my first job back here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, which stop do you like more? Was it Wisconsin or New York?
I love New York.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Was it like downtown? Like I guess
no,
where
I
in
was
New York was it?
Brockport's a little outside of Rochester, about 20 minutes outside of Rochester, so we're about four or 5 hours from New York City.
Where what direction from Rochester?
Ooh, so we're like western New York, so it's probably south.
Okay.
Southwest.
I spent a summer in Geneva, New York, which is really close to Rochester. It's like maybe a little bit southeast, I guess, of Rochester, probably like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little spot. There's
Finger Lakes
camping, and I mean it's just there's a lot of like quaint, unique towns, sort of like Grand Rapids. I mean,
they're really nice.
Yeah, it's a good little spot.
Yeah. Fuzzy, how about you, buddy? Or sorry, I called you Fuzzy.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go back and forth
Everybody
on that.
calls me that.
So I mean, a little backstory.
Zach
Obviously,
Smith
you got
equals
Micah
Fuzzy.
Smith next to me, Zach Smith. They are brothers. And
We don't look
a
alike.
little bit about Fuzzy is we were actually on a t-ball team together, our very first one, and now we're sitting here with our boys on the same team, which is pretty dang cool. And we're coaching them.
Yep.
I do most of the coaching, but anyways, I mean.
Well, you're the head coach, right?
Uncalled for. Uncalled
That's
for.
his title.
That's a great point. I mean,
Good for you.
What about you? I mean, obviously, I know you, but pretend
I'll pretend nobody else.
Yeah,
knows.
pretend nobody knows you here, and explain who you are and stuff.
So, born and raised in Grand Rapids, went to Kenowa Hills and played all 4 years. I think I started every game.
Not a big deal.
No.
I'm not
You would
sure,
never-
but I think I started every game.
We would be up 12 to 1, and you'd be
absolute-
like, nope, I'm not leaving the
I'm
net.
staying in.
Bob, you're staying on the bench.
And then after high school, I mean, I didn't really plan on going to college at all. So I played juniors for the Junior A Owls when they were a thing, when they were like 0 and 130, something like that. You know, I was part of that.
Is that the Sam? Is that the
You
shirt
made
I have?
history.
Yeah, did you end
Yes.
up buying that shirt?
I have.
Yes,
The shirt. Yeah, I
because
have.
I commented on it and I said, "Oh, it's a killer shirt, dude."
It's awesome. Yeah.
When did you wear it? Did you wear it on one?
Yeah, I wore it to one of. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a
Oh
couple.
my gosh, how did I miss that?
Yeah,
Because
it
I
was-
don't pay attention, that's all.
Yeah, man.
He's in the zone.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my
Show
sheet,
sheet,
it
show
didn't
sheet.
happen.
So played there for. I think I was only there for 12 games and left because it was.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going anywhere, so I was like, I'm done. So after that, ended up going to Lansing Community College. Played there for a semester, I believe it was, and then ended up leaving there and then not playing for a while, just doing men's league with the boys.
Yep.
You know, ended up playing in a pickup game somewhere in Rockford. I don't know. It was a outdoor game and ended up tearing my MCL out there. So I'd drive to the ER and get that all checked out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is that playing goalie?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a
Tore your
breakaway. Yeah.
MCL
Yeah.
as a
Trust me,
goalie?
he can't skate.
Yeah.
I'm not a
plays
hockey
goalie.
guy,
No,
so,
so-
I never. Yeah, I can't judge. I can't judge.
So
MCL's the inside of your knee,
yes.
right? Okay.
It's the
yeah,
inside.
I've done that.
Yeah. So I mean, the guy was doing a breakaway and ended up falling on me
Oh,
in
that
my
makes
my
sense.
butterfly, and my legs
Okay.
didn't kick out, so everything just gave
Non-flexible.
away.
All right, I take it. I take it all
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Goalies, we just stand there, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what
That's
I
all
thought.
we
Yeah.
do, right?
You're not
No.
flexible.
That's what Mr. J would
Barely
always say.
touch
You
his
don't do
toes."
anything.
All the rest of you work out. You stand.
Classic Mr. J, though.
Yeah, so what made you want to be a goalie?
So anyways,
Or do
back
you
to my
ever
story.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I
So
interrupted
tore
you.
my MCL, didn't play for like 4 or 6 months or something. Then we played in the silver puck. Or
Yeah,
silver,
so yeah.
is that what it was?
Yeah, we
At
beat-
Patterson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ended up playing unreal, best I ever played, honestly, and ended up getting a college offer out of it. So
Nice.
went to play at Davenport for a year and then started a family. So
Awesome.
that was about that.
Yeah, so what made you want to be a goalie? Well, I shouldn't say want to be a goalie because do people really grow up wanting to be goalies? Is that a fair question?
I
Of course,
don't know. That's a tough.
I think so.
If I can be honest, off air, Sam had some strong words for people who want to be goalies.
I'd love
Not
to
today.
hear them.
It wasn't in this
That's
building.
yeah. They're not all there.
Right, yeah,
They're not all there.
Okay,
Like
but
having
wait,
someone
wait,
shoot
wait.
pucks
He
at
owned
you.
right up to it.
You
Yeah.
always wanted to play goalie in practice. Oh, can I strap him on and play?
Hey, I mean, I was a solid goalie.
Then you hit him in the head, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah, I'm done.
That's all for me.
Yeah.
But I
One
mean,
shot.
That was only
I feel like
60 miles an hour.
Every goalie has a story. So you guys are both goalies, but every goalie has a story to why they started being a goalie. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
I got tossed in there. I think I was probably 6 years old,
Yeah.
7 years old, and got thrown in there because I think one of the kids didn't show up, and the coach had the pads, and I volunteered.
You were there.
You know,
Coach told you you were good, and you're
So,
like,
okay.
all right, yeah, I'm good.
We'll take the shortest
played.
guy.
That was it, and then stuck with it ever
You
since.
don't do anything on the ice, so just get in the
Just
net.
get in the net
Is that what it
and
was?
fill that twine with
Maybe
your
you were
body.
the worst skater.
I don't know. I think I played defense, if I can remember correctly. I think I played a little bit of deep, but that was probably short-lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Fuzz? Do you have any?
Honestly, I don't even know exactly what had happened, but I think it was like Graha when I mean, everybody tries goalie.
At some point.
You know, at
yeah.
some point, everybody's
Yeah.
got to try it, and I ended up liking it, but they wouldn't let me do it full time because
Oh, really?
everybody had to try.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever. And then my dad started up the Kenowa program, and then Pee Wee then. I think I was
I
supposed.
think you were supposed to be like
I was supposed to play
maybe
Mike.
might, and then everybody had to
everybody
play
just played
Pee-wee 'cause you
Pee-wee
guys-
anyway.
Yeah. Which is a terrible idea
Yeah.
because like that's when you're checking and all that.
Yeah,
stuff. You got
so-
mites getting smoked.
Yeah, so I think I was.
Classic Deltaplex days.
Oh my gosh, the gap in the boards are about an inch. Aaron Reed snapped his stick.
I never played there. I never played at the Delta
Oh,
Play.
No?
You
Nope.
lucked out there.
Yeah,
Never played there.
You didn't miss anything.
No,
That's
not
old school.
really.
I think it's still there.
Grand Rapids
It is?
Bearcats were
I
there.
don't know. Do they ever do ice still?
I don't think so.
I
No,
don't
they
think they
don't.
do. Yeah.
It's been out for
But-
a while.
I mean, they got to have all the. You can't really.
That's where the
Dig up
the
the-
basketball team plays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Drive,
that's right,
some
the
drive,
drive.
the drive,
Yeah.
yeah.
For now.
So,
So do you guys have like
not anymore.
I mean, I'm going to focus on the goalie side because that's where you guys are, and you can't break that label. But like, do you have a like why
is
in
that a bad label?
why in the world did I become a goalie? Like a moment that was like, this is the worst. I don't know why I'm doing it.
There's a
Like,
lot
do
of
you have a
goalie
moment
questions,
like that?
Sam. Do you have
they're
something
cool.
that
I mean,
you really want
He
to
wants to
talk
be a
about?
goalie.
We're gonna. I know. I'm
For
actually
Fuzzy,
secretly
it might
like,
be when he
obsessed with
tore
goalie.
his MCL.
Well, I was gonna tell.
I've gotten
terrible.
hurt so much, it's unreal.
I was gonna say for Fuzzy, it was when I joined the team and he realized that he could get sniped in practice. But that,
Oh, wow.
maybe that's not it. But no, I feel like
We'll have
everybody
to
has.
we'll have to redo this.
Everybody has a time that they're like, all right, why did I do this?
Well, you guys were teammates at DU.
not at
No.
DU, no,
No?
no.
I thought you guys crossed over for a
Nope.
year.
I think he was 2 years after me
2
because
years?
Yeah.
it went up to D2
Yeah,
2 years after I left. So
yeah.
But played high school together.
we played
Oh,
high
yeah.
school 3 years together. We actually grew up playing together, which was
Yep.
fun.
Mm-hmm. Playing mini sticks
Oh,
up in your little loft in the garage.
Yeah, we had some good times for sure. But do you guys have a what in the world am I doing moment at all? Or
You know what? Honestly, I don't think I ever had unless I was getting in a game where I was getting scored on like pretty heavily.
yeah,
But
right.
10 goals.
I loved playing. I like the gear. I mean, you look around. There's the gear up top there on top of the cabinets. I just love the gear. So
Yeah,
I used to love going to the sports shops and checking out the gear and putting on the helmets and gloves and just messing around with these sports shops. So I don't know. That's sort of that's tough on me because I was always like fixed on the equipment. I still am to this day because the graphics are incredible on the
Right.
helmets and the.
it's getting
the
cooler
pads.
too. Like
oh yeah.
you can do pretty much anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I even saw I don't remember. I think it was a Coyotes goalie. Usually you see like the picture complete when the legs are together.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He did like the opposite.
Yep.
I think was it Dell? Was that his name?
No. It's,
Oh no, he moved. He moved.
It's not
from-
Darcy Kemper. It's
I guess yeah, I don't know.
Ranta.
It threw
Ranta?
me off
Yep.
because
Yeah.
like usually when they come together,
That
it
was-
completes the picture.
it
but
was
it was
actually
like
a post.
half
It was
in-
like, are these backwards?
oh, did it
Like,
really? I
Yeah,
didn't
somebody
see that.
posted it and was like,
Yeah.
"There's pads on backwards."
That's what I thought. I actually remember playing goalie at. Remember the outdoor rink? Was it like Johnson Park or
In
something
Lansing?
Like that? Yeah.
Yeah,
when I
my
was
feet
playing
froze
goalie-
then.
Potato
I had to get
sacks.
out of the game. I remember. Yeah, potato.
The other team, I felt
They had
Bad.
potato sacks.
they brought their gear in potato sacks. You
Oh,
guys,
boy. What?
Dead serious.
They probably had
Where were
hot
they from?
potatoes
Where
in there
was
too. To
But
keep their
what's
feet
funny
warm.
is, so we were playing the outdoor game, and the day before that, I fell in the little pond down the road from our house, and I got frostbite. And then we had to play outdoors, and my feet were numb. I had to get out of the game because it was so cold.
You need heated skate warmers.
I need those. Those are like $300. so.
Hockey sounds fun.
They're amazing.
Hockey's actually a lot of fun. It really is.
You just gotta learn how to skate.
Well,
You know what? I mean, looking around at the pads and everything, it reminds me of like if you were to have a room full of like wood bats and old baseball gloves and stuff. Like it is really cool. I like the same kind of nostalgic feeling. You get the same feeling out of the old hockey pads. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
We should get a pic of that guy too. Or
Yeah.
get him on camera somehow.
He's been
That
staring
guy's
at me this
awesome.
whole time.
He doesn't like you.
It's intimidating.
None of us do.
He's half my
He's like, you
audience
can't
right
score on me, Sammy.
Jim's got his eye on
Good
you.
luck.
Why does he not
Got to be
move?
Canadian to score.
But anyways,
just
let's get
stands
into what second string is all about. I mean, basically, your 10-second description of what you guys do here. Whoever wants to grab onto that can.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 10 seconds. 10 seconds to me is more like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
40
for
minutes.
you, it's totally different. So at Second String Leather Company, we take old goalie pads and upcycle them into wallets, keychains, bathroom bags, totes, belts, iWatch bands. What else do we have?
Candles, pillows,
I was just gonna
blankets.
say that.
We got,
You got it all.
you name it, we
growing.
probably got
We're
it.
growing.
So
You guys basically created a freaking awesome brand
thank you.
using the goalie
Appreciate
pads, and I mean you've grown it. You can sell pretty much anything. You could sell a sucker with a second string thing on it, right? And it basically would make a goalie happy or anybody happy, pretty
Right.
much, right?
I'll be honest with you. It was, to see where, like, it went full circle because this has been, that's almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Because we started in 2019, May of 2019.
Yep.
So I have a few other hockey companies that I own, and I've known Zach for, 10, 11 years. And it's always been in our conversations before all this was like, hey, I want to get into the hockey industry. Let's figure out something.
Yeah.
And so we were always throwing ideas around, like jokingly. And I think the one was he came up with cufflinks.
No, that was you.
Was it me?
Cufflinks? Yeah.
Cufflinks?
Like
Hockey
hockey
puck
pucks,
cufflinks.
cufflinks.
Okay.
That got turned down quickly. But no joke, he called me at like 2 a.m.
You guys are probably gonna start that here soon, right? You're gonna burn down, like melt down cages.
Can you make a note of that, please? Can you
There you go.
You're gonna
make a
melt
note of
down,
that, please?
Like,
We're gonna do
former
that.
cages and turn it into cufflinks or something.
I
How
love
it's
it.
made.
Love it. Exactly.
Yeah, any suggestions, comment them.
Yeah, exactly. So he called me. I got out of the blue. It was like 2 a.m. and he's like, "I got it. We're gonna take old hockey equipment and we're gonna repurpose it into high-end leather goods." And I mean, literally, it's 2 a.m. and I like got up out of bed and I'm like, "That's it.
Yeah.
We got it." And so, but to come full circle to where we're at today with our production team and our web designer and the photography and like just all the intricate detail that goes along with it. When we first started it way in the beginning with that idea, never in a million years would I have thought it would take so many moving parts to get it to where it is, where it's at today. Because we are pushing probably, as we just launched 2 weeks ago, our new collection, we're probably over 12,000 pieces that we've made in 2 years.
Wow.
So
That's
that
awesome.
there's a lot there that 2 years ago that would have been, wait, what? Like that's
Yeah.
just, it's incredible. And it all came from a simple idea.
Yeah. Is there one that seems to sell better than others usually? Like, because you said you had iPhone or is it
iWatch.
iPhone watches?
iWatch.
iWatches?
Like the certain
Yeah,
product.
iPhone Watch.
Yeah, like, or is it wallets or like?
Honestly,
I mean,
it all
wallets.
sells.
Yeah,
It all sells.
but
It sells out. I mean, we'll
people
put
love
stuff.
the vintage brown.
That bathroom bag.
guys have
is
a band
awesome.
for this?
I like. It's weird to say that I want a bathroom bag, but like that's what I want right now.
Is that considered a bathroom bag?
Nope.
That's our
actually
catch-all.
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 Yeah, we have
So what would a
catch-alls
bathroom
too.
bag
On
look like?
what planet is that a bathroom bag?
In a transcendent world.
Wait, no, like I guess I don't know.
It's a catch-all. That's why there's a whole bunch of
That's
stuff
so
in
Right,
there.
it catches all. It doesn't. You don't travel with that. Like, you can't take that to the gym.
Catches all the
Like,
mock drafts right now.
That doesn't even make sense yet.
So
We
what
haven't
is a
gotten into
bathroom
that.
bag? I'm confused about what. Why am I the only one that
You
doesn't
throw
know
your
what a
keys in
bathroom
there.
bag
You
is?
throw
A
your
bathroom bag?
Yeah, what's a
phone.
bathroom bag?
It's a little bag.
I just got a
Yay
thumbs
big.
up from John, which I never.
It's
Yeah.
right there. Sammy, look
Yeah,
behind
right
you.
behind you.
Bottom.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like you put
No,
your
no,
toothpaste and
Where
shaving
you
cream
zip
in.
it up and you
Yeah.
can bring
Put
it
it in your
anywhere you
bag.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
When
Oh, have you?
travel, When I
Do they look like that?
What you
No,
roll on?
yeah, that makes
All right,
that
all
makes
right.
sense.
I
For
lose
Sam-
all my toothpaste all the
Yeah,
time.
when you travel, do you just throw things
John,
loosely
it's
into
time
the
to turn everybody's
suitcase?
mics
He
off
uses
and
a
just let me
Ziploc
talk.
bag. He uses a Ziploc bag probably.
He
So
uses
mock
the side
draft-
pocket.
The mock draft music. Oh, my mic's off. What's going on?
He's been muted.
I was gonna say let's just move on to the mock draft now, but
No, this is really cool though. I mean, like you guys have things that aren't even leather all the way, right? Like I'm looking at
Apparel.
like candles, blankets.
There is goalie pad leather on the blankets.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yes.
Right.
Like a big patch there.
yeah, big patch with
really cool.
goalie pad leather and our wool patch on it.
So we've tried to like branch off and not just strictly do leather wallets and leather goods. Like we really want to grow the brand. And there's obviously with the COVID pandemic, it's been tough because we were supposed to go to shows and meet with other people to sort of brainstorm. And now you're doing it through Zoom calls and, telephone. So I'm glad that.
awesome podcast coming to your facility.
There we
too.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bingo.
there you go.
No, that just makes it tough though.
Who was here? It wasn't us. It was-
Wait, what are you talking about? We never had anyone here. So it's been challenging over the last year, but
Yeah.
our company has grown immensely.
I was gonna say, obviously, still growing. I mean,
People have been home
let's
and they've
say
been.
that.
I mean, we're really big on social media. We're big with our website. So with people being home and spending time on the website, buying stuff. I mean, it's
Stimmy's
true.
coming in nice and hot.
exactly. We've had a lot of stimulus sales. I'm not gonna lie. It's been very helpful.
This one was $1,400. This order was. We had 6 orders in a row. $1,400. What was going on? Isn't that what we got? Was it 14?
Big order.
1,200? Did I get the number right? Doesn't matter. So basically, so you said Fuzzy, you basically 2 a.m. and I don't even want to know why you were awake at 2 a.m.
No, I wasn't.
We're night owls.
I do drink a lot of coffee, but side conversation.
But anyway, so was it a new idea,
the
or
morning?
did, like what
Or at
sprung
night.
this idea that you came up with at 2 a.m. in the morning? Usually, mean, not-
we
not
were
much
we
good
were
happens that late,
downtown
but-
for Art Fest or what was it? The Art Prize.
Oh, we went to Art
Art
Prize.
Prize?
We were at
Yeah.
Art Prize, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't even know what we were doing, and just happened to open our phone to Instagram and saw somebody doing something similar with repurposing into wallets, and we were just like, "That's interesting."
Yeah.
Like it didn't really click on our
No, it
heads
didn't
of
click.
like
No.
goalie equipment or anything. We're like, "Oh, that's cool," that's really sweet. And then all of a sudden, it clicked that morning. I was just like, well, yeah, 2 a.m. I was like,
yeah, was that technically morning or night? I guess.
morning,
2
I
in
guess.
the morning. I answered the phone. I thought
I don't
something
know. He
happened.
answered.
Yeah, who else calls at 2 in the
I don't
morning
know.
unless it's an emergency?
Was it
So.
AM or PM? I mean, it says AM, so I think it was the morning.
Yeah, well, I guess
Early in the
I guess I
morning.
was
Early.
thinking like
Some
did
people get
Fuzzy-
up there and go to
Is
work.
Fuzzy a night owl or is he just a really morning person? What is it?
No.
What is so you have night owl? What's the other one? If you're a morning person, what is it called? Just morning
The
person?
Morning person?
I got that.
yeah. You're going down some
don't
weird
like
rabbit holes here.
I don't like the.
Why do you want to
whispering,
know so
not
much
the-
about what Fuzzy's doing at 2 in the
I'm
morning?
just very curious why he's awake at 2 in the morning, and I hope
Let's just move on from that. Yeah.
Anyways,
Maybe ask him when we're not recording.
it's blowing my mind.
Because he was thinking about leather, dude.
Exactly.
What else is there to get?
No, I feel like I've seen some baseball companies do it, and,
Yep,
and there was
there
I hear it on the radio. I haven't looked into it, but like a hose,
fire
a
hose,
fire
Oh,
hose.
yeah.
Is
ladder 34 or something.
That, is that
like
a Grand Rapids company?
They're out
No,
of Michigan.
They're out of Michigan.
They are out
though.
of Michigan. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, repurposing, it's a great idea, and the way that they're doing it, the way you're doing it, has got to be I mean, something that not a lot of people are doing. And
No, it's to find someone to do, and we're lucky enough to have an unbelievable individual that we've teamed up with to make the pieces. His team is phenomenal. That's the biggest piece is, the construction of the pieces, but how they're actually like they're like art pieces basically. I mean, each piece is one of one, but they're like pieces of art.
Yeah.
And then this is something that you're not going to go find at the store, and you're going to see 30 of them, in a row that are all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
And made overseas. I mean, these are made right
But
here
to
in
do
Grand Rapids.
hundreds of those
Exactly. That's
in
the other.
a couple weeks.
Yeah, that
It's pretty sweet.
The artistic view of each of our pieces, and the quality is off the chart. We use some pretty high-end leather, Wicked and Craig and Horween. These are tanneries that have been around for over 110 years. They're all based in the United States.
Okay.
And the leather is just impeccable. I mean, it's pretty cool, because people are buying these things off our website, so they've never really physically have held them in their hand until they get them when we ship them, and they're just blown away. They truly are. Like that means a lot to us and our leather team, and just because there's a lot of time and effort that goes into these pieces. These aren't just made, put together and not really.
So,
there's a lot of time and effort that goes. I think there's anywhere from 15 to 18 hours per piece.
Wow.
From start to finish.
Really?
Yeah.
That's love.
What's your bread and butter product or your flagship product?
I'd say our 6-slot wallets are our biggest. Our
Yeah.
6-slot bifold, 6-slot vertical.
I think a big seller that actually doesn't even have goalie pad leather in it is our waffle wallet.
Oh, that's another big one.
That was actually a design our craftsman came up with. It's like, why don't
nice.
you make it look like a waffle blocker?
Vintage blocker.
Yeah. So who does all? Are you guys able to share who does your leather work, or is that
Yep.
kind of like
Jacob Vrone. He's right downtown. He has a little shop, and he's been a blessing because he's truly a remarkable. And it's awesome because when we first went in to speak to him, 2.5 years ago, he didn't know who we were. I mean, we literally just called him up one day and walked in there, and leading up to that was the toughest part, is trying to find someone to actually do the pieces. And we did speak to a couple other people leading up to that just didn't fit our wants and needs, or maybe maybe didn't have our vision.
okay?
And when we spoke to Jacob, it was just like
A light bulb in his head.
yeah, because he never, he wasn't a hockey guy. I mean, he's an artist. And at the end of the day, he's an artist. And to see how he took our idea and where it is today, it's been amazing. I mean, he's
It's crazy how he's grown as far as like how he builds the wallets, as far as his eye for detail and everything. It's just like unreal.
You can see from our first collection, now we're in the going from 8 and moving into 9 later this summer. It's truly remarkable to see how it's changed and grown, and just sort of like the detail has changed, and the graphics and the branding, and and we have, I think, like 25 to 30,000 followers on our social media. So when we put stuff out there, it just it spreads around. And even having our we have NHL guys that we have done stuff for. We have some NHL commentator guys that we've done stuff for. It's just unique to see that the hockey industry is accepting these unique pieces that are they're like a piece of the game.
Well, I want to say that's a Jimmy Howard blocker up there. Did you do a piece for him?
Yep. We did.
Am I allowed to say that?
We did, we did a couple
Cut it out.
wallets, totes.
Yeah, so that was with Vaughn. So we did a commemorative, his 500th NHL game, glove and blocker. Vaughn Custom Sports gave it to us, and we actually made it into like a tote bag for his wife, some keychains, various wallets.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny because he just wrote us today, so it's funny.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he
really?
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
it's cool. I mean, like stuff like that, right? Like it's just unique pieces that carry on a piece of the game, and you have it in your back pocket.
Yeah, and it's a good conversation piece too.
Oh,
You ever
without a
pull it
doubt.
out,
Without a
people-
doubt.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. When you say like one of one, like each one is really unique. It's by
There's
itself.
no other gonna be the same.
So when you're ordering something like that, do you get to like pick out the individual type of wallet, or is it more of like here's the material we're using, and then I'm going to order from that type of material? How does that work? If you're going to get like a wall, if you're a consumer and you're going to get a wall.
Zach does all our photography. Zach's incredible when it comes to our photographs. And so when you go to our website, there's there's various wallets within the collection. So what you see is what you get. So you're actually purchasing what you see on our website. And I mean, I think each collection probably has, 3,000-4,000 photos. I mean, he takes a ridiculous amount of photos, but you need that to show off, the front, the back, the insides, the intricate detail. Because some of the billfolds have it where you open it up and there's actually branding on the inside of the billfold. So there's a lot of uniqueness to each piece, but he also captures that in his photography.
So what can the consumer expect to pay for that rare collection item, I guess, for the wallet, but then what can they expect to pay for the waffle wallet?
The waffle wallet's $85 US.
Okay.
And we have gone all the way up to, our most expensive wallet we've ever sold was the Henrik Lundqvist at $450, and it sold in 5 seconons.
I think it was our first wallet sold that collection.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of stuff so you see people buying like clips. I don't know if you guys know anything about that right now, but you can like buy a highlight reel of like LeBron dunking.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
It's like they're supposed to like make it like trading cards, stuff like that, but like that's actually something tangible. Like that's actually really cool.
This is so much better than a freaking like
I don't know what I compared it to because they make the
highlight.
By the way, generally when we record on site with other companies, they do send us home with stuff.
With like everything.
With like goodie bags.
One of
with,
everything.
With all
We're going to send Sam home with a bathroom bag.
No, he doesn't know what to do with it.
Or we have a whole bunch of
a
catch-all. We'll give him a couple Ziploc.
You're going to see toothpaste in that thing. It's not going to make any sense.
We should have got some wallets out so they could see them.
We should, if you need to go do that real quick. We actually just cracked open from Lost Art Brew House Roaring 20s. So it's their Imperial Stout. This thing is freaking amazing. He said it's their highest graded beer that they have so far on Better on Tap, or Better on what is it called?
Draft.
No, not Better on Draft. It's Better Untapped. Yeah, Untapped. It's their
Untapped.
It's limited release as well. So if you want to try a little bit of that, you're more than welcome here. It's a little bit darker. I know you're not much on a dark side, but just take a little sip of that.
It's good
I think it's
flavor.
got a really good flavor. I would drink that over like a KBS personally. Honestly, I think that's amazing.
Ooh. Wow, that is dark.
I really like that.
That's like
but,
coffee.
It tastes a lot like it.
So
if you like coffee, you might like it.
So you said you started in 2019, May 29. It's coming up on 2 years.
Yes.
I mean, what's the date? It's April still, so I don't.
Yeah, so we're
I'm
a
not
couple
even
weeks
trying
away
to-
for our second
Celebration
anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. So
We got some unique stuff that we're coming out with for our second year anniversary. So can't give away too much, but there's going to be a special little something being dropped on our website in a couple weeks.
Awesome. So you said that was collection 1. What collection are you on right now?
Collection 8.
8. All right, so that's pretty solid. And
Yes.
is each collection a pair of pads or like?
So
how does all that work?
We typically do 4 to 5 goalie pads, about 26 to 30 glove and blockers,
Okay.
and about 6 to 8 player gloves. So we've also got into player gloves now, and so we've branched off from just goalie equipment. We've taken the player glove stuff, and we've actually taken the player leather from the player gloves, and actually now have put that into wallets as well.
Have you found like as you're getting? Obviously, back in the day, it was quality, straight leather. I would assume. Now you're getting to more in synthetic, lighter. Probably is that?
There's the unique, like, so obviously there's a couple wallets being passed around right now. So some of this stuff is Wicked and Craig, and some of this stuff is Horween. So like right there, this maroon one is Horween leather. So that's on Thatcher Demko's his goalie pads he wear at Boston College. So he's the current goalie for the Vancouver Canucks.
All right. Yeah.
But that's actually, so you'll actually get to see, like, that's actually a Horween leather. I mean, that's from like I said, the tannery's actually out of Chicago.
Okay.
I think they're close to 120 some years old. And it's just, the uniqueness of you can tell the quality it's.
Oh yeah, this is awesome.
Can I see it?
Yeah,
I don't think
absolutely.
I've ever seen a wallet.
Yeah.
So, and that's where we really tried to open this up to not just goalies, but to also, golly, what is that? Is a big wallet. That gives you a back, like a back pain.
Terrible wallet. Yeah.
Back pain.
Not mine.
He's antiquated.
But to see how we've now gone from players and goalies, it's really opened up our spectrum of like who we offer to. Obviously there's hockey fans, and we actually, I think last week we had an NHL player's brother who played at Boston College. He bought, I think maybe 9-10 wallets for a bunch of his buddies. So this upcoming weekend is a bachelor party.
Oh, it's
so
a great idea.
he bought 10 of them for all the bachelors.
That is a really good idea.
for all the boys that will be there for this weekend.
So this
for
is
party.
the waffle
That's
one that
part
you were
of,
talking about?
So that would be a part of. That's actually a more current waffle wallet from Vaughn Goalie Equipment, but that
It's
that
like,
just
man, that's
I just
cool.
feel like it's a
As a hockey
no-brainer.
player, like you can feel that it's actual hockey equipment.
Yeah.
It's
As
crazy.
as a non-hockey player, it's still sweet.
Even has the puck mark still on it.
Yes.
That is freaking
Yes.
sweet.
Look at this. Look at it. Like
Man,
it's all you. Like that's
it's so cool. And you got cleaner ones too.
oh yeah.
Like yeah, man. It is.
Cleaner ones.
Well, I mean, it's
Well, I
like,
mean, yeah, I get what he's saying because
Yeah.
then you flip it open and there's obviously on the inside. So
he's
those
not good
so
with
that
words.
that one specifically is from Ray Emery's Ottawa Senators goalie pad. So Ray Emery passed away a few years ago, and that's his goalie pads from the Ottawa Senators. So we've
passed
done
away?
man.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
So he passed away, I think 2-3 summers ago,
Okay.
and
Was it
we actually
2017, I think.
I believe so. So we've done a few of his pieces now, and
I love the branding too.
Thank you.
Like not the brand, but like the stamp.
I'll
Is
be
it a
honest.
stamp or a branding?
I'll
What
be
would you
honest
call
with you.
that?
Zach and I, when we work together, we're like in unison. What'd you buy me for Christmas?
Shoes.
What did I buy you for Christmas?
Shoes.
Exactly. We work in
Say
unison.
no more. Say no more.
It's sort of it's crazy how we work in unison. But I'll be honest with you. Like Zach's very meticulous and like detail oriented. So when we're doing stuff, like if it's
I wanna get to-
something's wrong, he will not let it go through.
Yeah.
Which I love. I mean that's how. In order for us to think,
Just
to
like
take
you not fixing the pad up there yet.
I can't, dude. Have you seen? I'm 5'5". I can't get up there. I need to get my
But
ladder.
Can't you
Yeah.
feel the saves in these wallets?
I can't, but I can feel the quality. And what you guys were saying earlier is like when people get it, like they can't just feel it online when they're ordering it, but when they get it, they're blown away by it.
Yeah.
And that's really cool because that's the same thing. That, like obviously we're all reacting to this right now, and we're all going like, man, like even if you're not a hockey guy, you just feel the quality of this. You know the history of it. It's been used. It's been It's just cool. There's
Here's the
history
coolest
behind
thing.
it.
So we've gone to a couple shows, before the pandemic, and we went to the Van Andel for the Griffins game, and we've gone to Minnesota for the high school hockey championships. And I'm not kidding you. You can't get into our booth. Like there's so many people around it. We've had a few people who are like, was there an NHL guy here like signing autographs? We're like, no, actually, no. We're just
That's a good idea though. Yeah.
Right?
We're just selling wallets.
Like, no, you want a wallet though?
We have Joe
I got
Messina.
you a
He's signing
wallet.
autographs.
That's highly debatable.
You really should do that.
But it's amazing because people just sort of rally around our booth and check out our stuff, and we dress it up pretty good with our guy over here in the corner that you guys who's staring at you still.
Yeah, I knocked his stick over. I think he almost hit. He
he's
slapped
upset
me
with
on
you
the
now.
butt, I think once too. When I was
loved
bending
it.
down.
But the cool thing that we're working on right now, I'll give you a little insight. We're actually working on our packaging. So
Okay.
we have some pretty good packaging right now, but when people get our product and they open it up, we're going to take it to a whole nother level. So without giving away some of the details, we've really spent a lot of time and effort to really do some R&D of like bringing the packaging to the next level, because it'll probably be out later this spring, this summer.
Yep.
And when it comes out, it's going to be something that you put on your shelf to keep.
Okay.
Or
that'd
maybe
be cool.
and that's
You're
sort of
seeing-
something. It's
you're
like
seeing that more and more often. I think that's a really good idea to kind of just
Great
boost
idea.
that quality feel.
oh yeah,
It's not opening like a.
It's
What's
the
the-
experience, right?
Yeah.
That's
It
what
is.
people
That-
have been talking
yeah.
about more and more. Yeah,
that's
sure.
that's a great word.
And I
That-
think what you guys basically have created, it's not you're not just creating wallets. You're not creating bathroom bags.
exactly.
he points to the
get him
kettle.
out.
Like I already said, like
Kick
it
him out
is
of here.
100% a brand,
He got
and I think
toothpaste
what you
holder.
guys have done is absolutely amazing. And obviously you had to rely heavily on the hockey community, and in particular the goalies. I would assume how has that feedback been going? I feel like you could get a little bit of mixed reviews in that. Maybe not mixed reviews like 50-50, but like maybe a 5 to 95%.
You're like
you know what I
saying
mean?
hate mail, basically hate mail.
I don't want to get into the dirty work necessarily, but I'm sure it
I
hasn't.
never
been,
would have asked this question.
It hasn't been sunshine and rainbows, right? I mean, I'm sure.
I think it's. I'll be honest with you. I think with anything in life, if you have a product, there's always going to be negative. It's never going to be perfect, but we pride ourselves on responding to every email. We don't dodge any questions. I mean, we're pretty straightforward and upfront with people. I mean, I feel like we've built quality, and if they're not happy with it, all right. But we've also had people that are very meticulous about keeping the goalie pads as is.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we sort of deconstruct them to sort of, instead of having it with one person, we're going to give it to 100 people. to share and use, and maybe that's the one thing that I think that's really cool that we've gotten a lot of good feedback on is our custom program. Mm-hmm. So that'd be taking, like a pair of your gloves from college or youth and making it into wallets for your kids.
Yeah.
Or your parents. And that has grown into a whole nother level because we're doing a lot more custom, and we've probably done close to 20 now.
Yeah.
And we've probably only been, for a year now we've been out?
Yeah. Well, doing the custom. Yeah. But yeah, this response from it, like we didn't really think of like the sentimental value, but
that's
with
good point.
with the products.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we had, what was it for Christmas that the lady sent in her dad's pads?
Oh yeah. It was I think it was a glove and blocker.
Was it?
Yeah, so the glove and blocker, it was the father's glove and blocker from when he played like high school hockey in probably the 60s or 70s. And it was up in the attic. And sure enough, I mean, she's like, he started to cry. Like, I didn't think he was going to cry at, getting this wallet.
Yeah.
And he started crying during,
Sam's going to cry. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I could feel it, yeah.
Cut his mic.
Shoes.
By
Sam's
saying
crying.
he could feel it meant he was feeling it too. And
You guys are brothers.
His way of not crying was to blame me for about to cry, which he was spot on because I was getting a little emotional.
Got to get to it early,
Well, that's where I look at like I think the custom program has room to grow because of the meaning behind every piece because it's connected to a family member. So we actually just gave a piece to he's actually he was an NCAA D1 goalie that played for Clarkson University, and he's got 3 kids. So we took his goalie pads, made him some pieces, but we took some of the leather left over and we made clover leaves. For each of the kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm opening this in front of my wife, and I started crying in front of her. I mean, like the emotion that you have when you're looking at these pieces. I mean, I wore that stuff in college 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I have these pieces of leather goods that are being shared with my family members.
For sure. And you can turn it into keychain. And it could be simple for one person, but it means a whole lot to another.
Makes me wish I was a goalie, really. I mean,
well, that's the thing. Like every
I'm
piece.
trying to think of how many gloves I have in my house that I can.
We'll take them.
Every
baseball?
Possibly.
Eventually.
glove.
Let me know when
we
eventually
got
happens.
We got some stuff in the works.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
In the
No,
hopper.
that would be awesome.
But like every piece has a story, like I mean, a pair of pads, played in those in the championship game, it's like, and we make those pieces like we tell that story, with our pieces that
Absolutely.
Yeah.
we try. I mean, we do our best at getting that out there, and it's pretty amazing what he
I
can
think
do.
Zach said it earlier with the whole sentimental value behind each of these pieces that we make that sort of like hit a note with people. I don't think that was ever on our radar early on when we were doing all this. And then to hear the response that we had a father, I think he gave a wallet and a keychain to his son when he graduated high school because he got him a card for college, and that was his first like adult wallet. Here's your first adult wallet.
Now I'm really gonna start crying.
And,
I'm like one of the most.
and the dad
We know you are.
dad called us. He's like, "Hey, I just want to give you guys just a little feedback. This is what I gave my son for his graduation present." He's like, and it was like awesome. And I'm like, that was the first. I think that was probably the first time like that was like way early on. I'm like, wow.
We were like, what did we do?
This is hitting different than what you actually thought, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be motivating enough right there to keep going, keep plugging. I mean, sales are one thing, but those type of emails has got to.
They're awesome. They truly are. And I share them with our team because there's a lot of moving pieces with this company, not just him and I. And it's cool to give that type of stuff to other people to show like, hey, this is the appreciation that these people see in our products.
Yeah.
And I want to share that with you because there's some time and effort that are put into these things behind the scenes that, people when they get the wallet, they just get the wallet. They don't know that it's been, hey, this took 2-3 months to build out this whole collection.
Yeah.
Because we do a launch every couple months. Because, I mean, they go from a couple hundred pieces to well over 1,000 at Christmas that we had. It was our biggest collection was our Christmas launch.
Yeah. So when somebody gets a wallet, sorry, and I just thought of this question and I wanted to make sure because it wasn't on my list, and you guys know how I rely so much on my list, and if I let this go, I will forget to ask it. So when somebody gets a wallet, do you tell them? Sorry.
It took him so long. He might forget. You might have forgotten.
Okay, what's the
When somebody gets a wallet, do you
question?
explain?
Drum roll.
Do they know where it came from, like what pad it was from,
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that, or like do you guys send that information to them along with it, or how
You can see it on our two
so
things.
like each collection kind of
You
has
can. It's got each collection's got its own breakdown on the website.
Okay.
But it's funny that you say that because that's something that we've been working toward. Is trying to do the QR codes or you can like scan with your phone and maybe it brings you to the collection, so you can always have like maybe a hologram in your wallet that you can scan to bring you to a web page that shows your actual piece. So those are things that we're trying to incorporate into these wallets and maybe into the new packaging that we do.
Okay.
But
I only charge $80 an hour for consulting fees, so
that's it. We're on.
Oh, he's 10 steps ahead of you. Both of them are.
thanks, Kyle. Thanks, buddy.
So
You're always there
we
for
do
me.
get emails of like, hey, can you send us a picture of
Yeah.
where this came from, or hey, I want to put this in, with this gift. I want to put
For sure.
the glove that this came from,
Yep.
which is fine. But I think there's a uniqueness of because we've talked about okay, well maybe we do like a card, like an actual like a business card almost of like showing the glove that it actually came from that you can maybe keep in your wallet as maybe you strike up with a conversation, but like this is the glove it came from the 70s.
Yeah.
So but again, at the end of the day, it's like
a playing card with whoever was like.
Oh, and
Wearing it and
we've thought about that. So like those are all like great ideas. It's just trying to implement them properly.
Yeah.
Especially trying to, and we always talk. Okay, well, there's money coming in, money going out. Where are you putting your money to get your? I wouldn't say most bang for your buck, but like trying to make people really receive the product well. And I think you said it before was like the experience of like I open this packaging and I open this box and like wow. This is awesome. So like the packaging is like our first main priority right now is trying to get a really cool piece of packaging that when someone pulls it out of the bag, it's a keepsake. It's a keepsake.
Memorable, yeah.
It's a keepsake.
And what I think is the coolest part of that is, what you guys have is not something that everybody will go and look to buy for themselves all the time, but it really is that like perfect gift.
We have a lot of repeat customers, and it's funny because we have guys that, I'm not kidding you, we have a couple that have probably close to 10 wallets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
8 to 10
I
wallets.
think he said, well, ladies have their purses and shoes. Why can't men have their wallets?
Yeah,
I'm not arguing that.
You know?
Then he changes them up. I'm like, okay.
Watch bands. And
Well,
all
watch bands
Yeah,
another
watch
big
bands
thing.
another
Those
one,
are our
too.
big, like another big seller for us is the watch bands because they're like anywhere from $55 to $65.
That makes sense. People are
And
really
he's
into
got
their
one on
watches.
right now. So
Well, I
he-
mean, you see hockey players all the time, like makeshifting necklaces out of their
skate laces and stuff.
skate laces and bracelets and stuff. It's like this is 100 times better than that.
Yeah.
It's super
right up
cool.
their
So,
alley.
what do women hate about hockey the most?
The smell.
Okay, smell the wallets. Smell 'em.
They smell like hockey.
No,
Oh man, they smell,
smell
like
like brand new leather.
How do you guys do that? Andrea would love to know that.
Sam, sniff your fingers.
What do you guys use to clean it up?
I mean, we disinfect all the gear when we get it in.
Yeah.
Obviously, but yeah, it's. But that's
Yeah, it's hockey, man.
Anytime like we go in and we see the new wallets, we're like,
Smell it, yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah. No,
smells
that's awesome.
amazing.
That's really cool.
That's just a lot of the high-end leather that we use has got its own unique smell to it because it's just, I think the one that's over there, the is it like,
I like,
or the
I like
one
the
right
ones
there,
that like
that
have
one,
the.
that's the Ink
that's
Cavalier.
super- that's really cool.
So that's actually, so what you're rubbing down is actually.
That's what she said.
That's actually the piece. So that would be Yaroslav Halak's glove from when he played for the New York Islanders.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. So, but on that side, on the other side that has our logo, that would be the Horween leather. So that's actually called an Ink Cavalier, and that's actually one of the nicer leathers. Like it smells incredible, but just again, it's unique, right? That came from his.
It is,
That
yeah.
came from his practice glove.
So 2.5 years ago, Joe, would you ever think that you know this much about leather? You're like telling us
Well,
like brands and stuff.
I'll be honest with you. Like we went to So this was what, like a year and a half ago. We went to Horween.
Yeah.
So we went to Horween with Jacob, our leather craftsman, and he actually knows the current president and owner of Horween, Skip Horween, who's a huge hockey fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huge
he's got.
Blackhawks
He
guy.
has season tickets, so we go in there, and I mean,
Everybody's mad at him immediately.
it's
I liked it for a minute.
so like this is stuff that's used on like Johnson and Murphy shoes, Patagonia. They do all the footballs for the NFL. Nike, Spalding. I mean, they do some really unique leathers for like Italian leather that's used in some high-end Italian shoes. And we've got access to use their leathers on our wallets, and we go in there. Jacob brings us in, and I felt bad because it's like we just started talking hockey with Skip, and it was just
we were sitting there
4 hours,
4 hours talking hockey, and Jacob's just sitting there.
This is not part of the plan.
We were
I've
just,
been there.
But it's amazing because to see the leather and how it. I didn't really know about that 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
But now that you get to see it, you appreciate it because there is from where it starts from like a raw hide and brought all the way to a finished product. It's
amazing.
It's truly amazing to see it like in these vats of chemicals and how they like truly give it the color and the uniqueness of just it's pristine. It's beautiful. I mean, it's really hard to explain because some of these leathers they're used on some of the highest products that are sold at retail, and we have access to use that leather from their tannery, and it just adds another piece of character to the wallets that when we first started we weren't able to do, but having these resources now have just brought our wallets to a whole nother level.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's awesome. So you're breaking down, obviously, goalie pads. And one of the first questions that came to my mind when I was planning for this was, I mean, you guys are goalie geeks, and you're breaking down anything from pads a year old probably to, 50 years old. So, like, what have you guys kind of, like, and you guys can both answer it however you want, but, like, seeing the evolution of the goalie pads has got to be pretty freaking cool for you guys. And obviously, you might not be there for the true breakdown and all, but you're.
No, we broke down some old pads.
Oh yeah.
So what's the coolest thing like that you've discovered?
Yeah. Well,
still alive.
The uniqueness.
It flew right past your face, I think.
That's great.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
There's that fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's cool about deconstructing some of these pads is there's actually internal markings on the inside that you never would see, and it may be someone on the production line that they may put their initials that it's this is line number 4, we're done. They put their initials on, they move it on. There's been like I'll be honest with you, when we open up these pads from the 50s, there's been like newspaper shreddings and
it's just deer hair. It's like that stuff is a mess.
Oh, there's so much deer hair. I mean, literally, you'll fill up trash bags of deer hair that are
seriously.
50,
Dude, we
60,
had my shop
ridiculous.
Talk about
just
smell.
flying everywhere.
That'll make hockey equipment smell
it doesn't
good.
really smell,
No, it really
but
didn't.
it's just everywhere. I mean, it's like going to a hair
It
salon
got
and just
saturated by
have
all the hockey
hair.
players that was wearing their equipment. Yeah.
But to see the internal markings from people that have put, it's like a hidden treasure.
Yeah.
We take that and we put it in some of the wallets have these, unique markings, and people ask like, "What's that? Where's that from?" And like, well, that's actually from the inside. Or we'll have some of the pieces will be like red on the outside, but you flip it over and it's like teal.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
just
So they're kind of repurposing it, changing the color on one
the
side.
inside. So you
It
might
was what was it? Jimmy Howard.
I think it was a Jimmy
Howard's glove or blocker. It was all red and white, and then all of a sudden there was a gold pocket in there. Like, where'd the gold come from?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like that was on the inside.
Inside,
of the
they
glove.
never would see it, but they probably had
Yeah.
piece that they wanted to throw in there to use for certain strap. Well, you'll never see it. Let's make it gold.
That's crazy. I never even would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense.
So, do you guys have a specific project that you enjoyed the most, like a specific player or a cause that you guys made stuff for? And then do you have a least favorite that was just awful to work with?
Jimmy Howard, least. Oh no,
They've all been. I think.
No,
they've all
I
been
think
pretty
everything's been very positive and easy going.
We've made some good friends along the way, which has been pretty cool because, we're pretty active on social media and we interact with people. So I think the response that we get is positive because we're always like quick to respond and someone will email us and we'll email them back in like 5 minutes. That's just how we are, right? So.
That would be great if you guys would do the same thing. Just take hints from him. Like when I send an email, I'd love to hear a response.
back.
So I know that it was
this is
delivered.
like the customer, right? I mean, you're like if you're the CEO or whatever.
So you telling me you wouldn't respond to,
Fire me,
to
I
your
dare you.
boss? I can't do that. Never mind. You can
You'd
do
still
whatever
be
you
his
want.
neighbor and his cousin.
I called you brother before. Sorry. So cousins. Sorry.
Yeah, we got
We've heard
cousins
that.
and
Cousins
brothers.
and brothers. So I got
Cousin's brother-in-law.
This
Who
just seems
knows
like
what
a
It's a family affair.
That's a family.
He just
It's a
can't
family
show
affair.
And we were called brothers our entire lives.
I don't want to know what goes on at the Waldheim
But
house.
to go back to your
cul-de-sac.
question, it's been pretty cool to work on just, to make the candle. Like, I never thought, nor probably would you, like, hey, we're going to make a candle. Like, to go through the process of, like, because we have a lady that she helps. She's incredible from a graphic design point to, mixing the chemicals to make a candle that smells incredible. I mean, we sold over 100 candles. I mean, like,
Really?
we're like 100 candles, and I think we came out with them at Christmas.
Yep.
How many different candle scents do you have?
Just the one right now, and we're working on the second one
Okay.
right now.
Yep.
So, personally, what was your favorite product to help produce? Both of you. I mean, for any given reason, who cares?
Me-
Lundqvist.
We did Henrik Lundqvist was pretty cool. I personally like the Ray Emery pieces. We've done a glove, a blocker, and 2 sets of pads. There's just a lot of meaning behind that because he is deceased, but he's I wouldn't say he was like iconic by any means. I mean,
Yeah.
he did win the Stanley Cup with Chicago.
He was the backup goalie behind Crawford.
was known to
right?
brawl a little
Wasn't
bit.
he behind Crawford or no?
I
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was behind Crawford.
He had that fight with
Holtby.
when he was with
He fought
Philly,
Holtby.
right?
Oh, he's had a few brawls in his day.
Was he with
Biron?
Philly or was it against Philly?
Was it? No, he was with Philly, but he had one
Big
with
ass
Philly
smile on his face the whole time.
Tough.
and Senators.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
he
he's-
fought Marty Biron.
that sounds right.
he
Yeah.
fought. I don't know about Baran, but I know he fought Holtby.
Yeah,
He ragdolled.
I think it was
Did
right
he
after
really?
he hurt his wrist or something. And
Man.
But
I don't know,
it's really cool to do pieces like that because it does transcend to people that are Emery fans or maybe an Ottawa
Yeah.
Senator fan. But what was really cool is that we actually sent pieces to his goalie coach, John Elkin, in Canada, and we actually sent a piece to his dad.
And that, oh boy.
So what was really cool because we had his glove and blocker from when he played in Russia, and we sent his dad a wallet, and he's like, I was with Ray when he got these pieces. And I mean, he wrote like a really, hey, thanks for the wallet. And he's like, I remember these pieces. I was with him when he picked them up.
Man.
And that to me, like, that's why those pieces are so special because they're just so unique that now people are going to have there's pieces of like uniqueness in all of our collections, but that's truly a piece of history from a player that
And yeah,
who's passed on, which is
yeah. And
is
you
pretty
guys could
special.
share that with 2 people that meant the most to him.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep. Goalie coach and his dad.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm all right. You got to stop doing this to me,
Sam's
man.
gonna cry again.
Speaking of
We do
goalie,
have some Kleenex in the bathroom.
the Wings,
Yeah,
the
this
Wings
is not-
goalie, whoever that is at this point.
Oh, they're going to
This was,
shoot
not,
ice.
this was
5-hole.
not on the show sheet for me to
5-hole.
start getting emotional. I'll tell you that right now.
You might get even more emotional if they lose this shootout.
I would rather them lose in a shootout.
I'm telling you, 5-hole.
I don't want that extra point. I don't want the extra point at this point. We'll get into the Red
We're
Wings
going to
here in
talk
a minute.
Wings soon.
We kind of want the extra point. We don't want to finish in the basement. It's not
They're
worth.
You do.
working their way up, man. They're not basement
way too
dwellers.
far.
Draft lottery.
They're not
has
basement
not-
dwellers.
We'll get into that. We'll
It's
get
a theme
into
with Detroit right now. Like, terrible, but
I
not
was going to say,
terrible
but
enough.
It's good
we've
enough
talked
now.
about every sports team in Detroit not being good.
Yeah.
Let's be
It's
honest.
been a rough 2 years
Let's
of a
called
podcast.
There's only one team that's won so far, and it's Hope College.
Yeah. Right.
National championship.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing that's won so far in
Get it.
Michigan.
Get
Yeah.
myself
Just
a-
imagine how successful we'll be when their sports teams are good. That'll be awesome, right?
Couple more years. Couple more years.
So you guys are breaking down these pads. Obviously, you repurpose the leather the best you can. Is there anything else that you're able to repurpose? Like, let's say the newer pads has really nice plastic. Are you able to send it back to the manufacturer or anything along those lines? Or
No.
how does all that work out? Not really.
I mean, we've really the newest thing that we really started making was women's earrings
Okay.
because we were there was small little pieces that we were throwing out and we're like, well, I mean, let's.
You said pisses.
Did I?
All right. Yeah, you did. And I gotta call you
I
out.
thought he was joking. When he said women's earrings, I thought he was joking.
No, we do.
Oh,
Did
I
say
love it.
Pisses. That's my That's the mulligan for the night.
I just have to call you
Sam
out
does
because
50
otherwise
a
they
night.
would call me.
Is it you have to pay like a jar?
Ryan, he's just like,
Yeah.
He said pisses.
give that man another beer.
It shouldn't be
I
funny.
should have said
It
pieces.
shouldn't be fun.
Pieces.
But we had to call you out because people.
Is there
are
like a
mean to me
jar
all
that have
the
to
time.
put like money in when you make a mistake like that?
No, but that's the
Yeah.
best idea
600
anybody's come up with yet.
That was-
$600.
That wasn't the first
Pretty-
I
inappropriate
just
P
spilled a
word
little bit.
that has been on this podcast.
What is going on here?
I knocked this beer over. My bad.
All right, hold on.
Kid said
We
pisses.
have. Yeah. Can you go get?
Oh,
like,
well,
paper
right
towel or
there,
something?
right there. We
My
got
bad.
everything.
My
We
bad.
got everything.
I didn't mean to. I was just excited that somebody else said something wrong. And
Can you do an ad read for that?
Joe,
Yeah,
I will.
we'll do a rat.
Joe, I will spill in his basement next week. I promise. Okay, all over the
There's a
carpet.
good lacquer on this
All
wood,
right,
so
all
we're
right.
Throw it
okay.
away. We don't.
Yeah, throw that away.
Somebody talk while I throw this away.
There's a trash can right underneath over here, all the way to the far right, underneath that cabinet door.
Is it made of leather?
No, next one over. No. You're in the right spot, but just next door. There we go. Bingo.
There it is. Your other left.
Leather trash cans. Scented, naturally.
Boom.
There we go.
That's
We're
the next big one. My bad. I apologize. This
We'll
is
have to-
what
we'll
they
have
have
to
to
send
deal
you
with
a
on a
bill.
weekly basis.
That's going to have to be put to the dry
who
cleaner.
knows why they show up.
Feel bad
every
for your
week.
wife.
Starting to wonder.
And it all started with the word pisses.
Just got out of control.
All right, so we're so obviously you have some people that reach out to you guys and get you the pads and stuff. I mean, where else do you guys get the majority of the pads if somebody's not reaching out?
We search high and low, all over the internet. I mean, we, like you said, we get a lot of people that reach out to us. We have a link on our website where they can insert images of their gear and send in, I guess, a request for us to purchase their gear. But yeah, it's all about the hunt of the gear.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's one of the
We're
fun
always
parts.
like
Is it fun?
It's literally 2 a.m.
I found
Just scrolling, scrolling.
but that's the cool part, right? When we find and land
your
a cool
answer, Sam.
piece, that's the best part. When we land a cool piece that you like, it's almost like finding a treasure.
Yeah.
And then, but we get to see it from when we find it to receiving it to making it into an actual leather good and then seeing it sold. So we get to see the whole process. And we have some pieces that we have bought a year ago that haven't gone into production yet. So
Yeah.
it's cool to see it finally get out the door and being sold. But it's the hunt. I mean, but it goes back to why I love the game. You know,
Yeah.
the equipment, the gear, but we just look at it a little bit differently now of how to make it into leather goods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so people can get in touch with you guys on your website, your social media. I mean, you can get custom stuff like you already mentioned. You can buy everything on there, right?
Yep.
I hope so.
I mean, you
I think it's working.
You just had a sale while we
Have to-
just had a sale come in.
Oh,
I have to
nice.
talk to our web guy if it ain't working.
That was me.
Sounds like we get a cut
I was
of
gonna
that,
say.
Yeah. Hey, we'll include free shipping.
right? Oh, yeah. On State of My
Can I
Sports.
take it home?
Fuzzy 20 promo code.
Today?
Fuzzy
20%.
That's nothing.
So you said you got into the player glove.
Yep.
Has that been a good move? Like, I mean, has it
Oh, yeah.
been growing? in that
I
way?
was shocked of how, I guess, good the products and how many products we could get out of player gloves.
Yeah,
Like,
the player gloves have a lot of branding in a small spot.
There's
'cause
just
they're-
not
Yeah.
a lot of real estate like there are goalie pads.
Yeah.
So it's just like once you broke it down, it was like, holy cow, there's actually a lot here.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
And there's
that's
some-
why they're so heavy back then.
Yeah, 'cause we have some vintage ones from the 40s and 50s all the way up to current ones that were recently
Yeah.
used at college.
I know where bricks for hands came from. Those heavy things.
They were yeah,
That's
but
how they can take all the slashes, right?
it's
Right?
cool because
Well, I
now
mean, they
it's
run
just,
all the way up here. So Yeesh.
slash you right there.
They didn't have to wear elbow pads almost.
There's a sign.
No, it's not. He's not in here. But it's cool because it's opened up not just the goalie avenue, but honestly for social media, it's helped because now we're going after not just the goalie, but the player, the goalie, the hockey fan, because now we're sort
I
of.
think there's a lot
all
more
encompassing.
players than goalies.
Last time I checked, yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
100%.
There's usually 5 players on the ice.
It's because they're more well liked.
That's true. That's true.
No one likes goalies.
Girls like the goals, not the guys. That,
I don't know about that. Have you
the
seen some of
guys
them?
that-
I got a beautiful wife.
That's true. So do I.
Look at Henrik Lundqvist, model for a wife. Ryan
Yeah,
Miller,
well, yeah.
model. Actually, she's an actor or
That's
actress.
Some women have made mistakes.
Possibly. Possibly. That's
but-
off topic.
Yeah.
I like
Alright,
this
so
rivalry. I like this rivalry.
So we just
As a
got-
non-hockey player, I enjoy this.
I just got a couple more for you guys. Another thing I was thinking about as you're going through, you have, all of these different brand names. You got Heaton, Brian, Vaughn. Is it Brian or Brian's?
Brian's.
Brian's with an
Brian's.
S.
So you have all these different brands. Bauer. I think Warriors in the
Bauer's.
game
Yep.
for goalies. And it's like you have
Not in
eventually
the pro
we'll-
level, but yeah.
We'll get you'll get all these brands. So now you're selling a wallet that has their brand name on it. Like, have you had any issues with that, or is that
No, because we actually
like,
we talk to a lot of the manufacturers
yeah.
or the reps, or we get permission to use their name on a piece.
Their name, their logos.
Yeah, so we've actually
You
to
did
be honest,
have to get permission though.
I think we do it
Or
out
was
of
it just kind of like out of?
we do it out of like.
It's professional courtesy almost. Like,
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's not like we're doing mass production with, I don't know, like Brian's and
We're
doing
not
it.
printing their name, Brian's.
Yeah, and it's
It's
custom.
taking
it
and
from
all-
a
yeah,
product.
Like you were saying.
But it's nice to reach out to them because we've established relationships with these people, and they've bought products for their employees, or their employees have bought products because they
Okay.
work for the brand.
Yeah.
And so I think over Christmas, one of the Bauer Pro reps in Canada, he bought a pillow. One of our pillows he bought
Yeah.
for like 7 of the employees.
That's
You
cool.
know, so I mean,
Nice.
it's cool, like stuff like that. But it's because again, those are people that you want to know and obviously keep around to
Build a relationship with.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
So we've done some stuff with Vaughn, like I said, with the Jimmy Howard pieces. So
Yeah.
I think once you establish those relationships, it just helps you down the line to do some other collaborations with.
Yeah.
Does Easton make it?
Not anymore.
Goalie stuff?
Easton doesn't make
They
any
never
hockey
made
equipment
goalie
right
stuff.
now, right?
No,
They're
they
out of the
got
hockey
they got
game, I
bought
believe.
out.
Easton's like 4, right? I mean,
Yeah, he's only 4.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
saying-
we're-
Good point. Yeah.
I named him after the baseball bat, not the hockey stick, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, important distinction, I suppose.
There you go.
No, but so you guys mentioned the shutdown earlier and how it's kind of helped you in a lot of ways. Do you think it's kind of limited what you guys were doing? Like, I'm sure you guys had plans to. You mentioned going to Van Andel. I mean, were you guys planning on going into arenas and trying to
Yeah.
expand that way so people can like? I'm personally the type of guy that if I can't touch it, my wife's the opposite, so it kind of works out well. But like, if I don't touch it and feel it or try it on, like,
Yeah.
I get
Weird
nervous.
person.
I get nervous with the.
Weird thing to say.
He's
You
more of
don't
a
shop on
touchy-feely guy.
Amazon? You don't like.
There's a lot of stuff on Amazon that you can.
I mean, not really. I get really nervous about. But
I need
anyways,
to touch it and feel it. And
There's a whole section on Amazon for stuff like
just
that.
devoted just to that.
I'm not saying supposedly
It's on the backside of Amazon.
How do you know that?
the black net.
the black Amazon, black market Amazon. That could have been better.
We probably went to the last biggest show
Yep.
before the pandemic.
Yeah,
the
Minnesota.
Let's Play Hockey show in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So going there, that was my first time, and it was an unreal experience. Like being around so many hockey people and that share the love of the game, and it's just
Yeah, there's 100,000 people that rolled through there.
it's
for
like
a
they're just
weekend.
coming down the stairs. You're just like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
There's a ton.
Yeah.
Ton.
You guys met those two like
Yeah.
Instagram dudes, right?
What are they?
Like
the bench guy, or
Oh, yeah.
Ollie,
the
Ollie, and
on the
what,
on the
what do you
bench.
call
on the
those
bench.
two?
On the bench.
Just wild, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wild Instagram personalities or social media personalities. They're just dressed like a bunch of
They are.
like northern Canadian
that's just their costume.
dudes.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, they actually have a documentary about how they actually got to that point. They were, I think, at one point they were just trying to get into like hockey TV or trying to get into commentary or.
Okay.
And it just they said like we're just going to try this one time, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we're going to move on to something else.
Cool
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, we met
Goofballs.
with them.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to hold the USA pillow,
He held
so
the
he
Canadian
had the
because
Canadian.
they're Canadian.
Aw.
They're Canadian.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But it was cool because they're, when you see them outside, because we crossed past them outside, and they were like out of their costume, and they're just normal, like they look normal. Because I think
Yeah.
they may wear a wig or their
Oh, yeah.
hair maybe slick back, or
Yeah.
so they don't look like the guy. They're not always wearing that their outfit, I guess you could say.
Yeah, they're not always in character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But but there's another thing. The
Joe
shows
was
you
always in character.
possibly
Possibly.
all the time, 24/7, even at 2 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Don't
there
tell
we go.
Sam that he'll show up at your house.
Creeping in your
Touchy
window.
feely.
It's a very nice house.
We've
So
done this 3
yeah,
times, Kyle.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Upstairs to the
keep
right.
going to that well.
Wait, I go to the left. Where are you going? Exactly. I don't know.
That's what she said.
All right. So, I mean, what are you guys' goals? I mean, here in 2021, as things start opening up, I mean, do you guys have any specific goals here in 2021 and kind of beyond? Like, what are your kind of you said you got a lot in the works, but you don't
I'd
wanna
like to
spill the
see.
beans,
I just
but-
like to see the arenas open up to a larger capacity, just to get back into the rinks and do those shows and just sort of being in large crowds, I guess. And that's sort of been gone for this past year, which would have been crazy to talk about this, a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
Because we were, like we said, we were at Minnesota where there's 100,000 people. I mean, it was unbelievable. But I think 2021, going into 2022, like just trying to get back out and, just doing the hockey tournaments and doing the Griffins and the Red Wings. So that leads us to what we've been working on sort of on the side, is working with some NHL teams doing pieces for their pro shops.
Awesome.
And that sort of got put on hold because
Holy cow.
there's no fans, or there's 1,000 people in there rather than 22,000. There's 1,000 or 500. And that's
25% capacity or something.
yeah. So that's sort of like the next big thing I think for 2022 is getting back in line with our NHL teams that we were working with to do the pieces for the pro shops, and that's just going to expand our brand and just get more people to know about Second String.
For sure.
So, what is your quintessential locker room beer?
Me, I like Pear and Gold.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Pear and Gold guy.
Fair. I love it.
Fuzzy is a little bit of
Water.
water, maybe Gatorade. if he's
lemon
feeling
water,
feisty.
lime water, or
Was
just
that-
straight
I
water?
Just water.
Was
is
that your
fine.
Pear and Gold in
But
the
I never
fridge?
drink water.
Correct.
Because Sam's like, here, you want a Pear and Gold? Didn't realize he was offering me somebody else's beer.
This guy brought 100 beers. I'm like, he's got 7 coolers.
You want a Pear and Gold, buddy? I'm like, sure,
He's
man,
got
sounds
so much
good.
beer.
Like,
We'll restock that. That's coming out of the fee.
Well, what goes in must,
Must
stay
come.
in the.
Oh, is that how it
premises.
works? Oh, shoot. Dang, I wish we'd left more.
That's
of the
fair.
cooler.
That's fair.
No, yeah. So
Sneaky,
obviously,
sneaky.
really appreciate you guys coming on and telling us about yourselves and your company.
And having
but it
us.
is our podcast, and Kyle will not let us have guests on without focusing on ourselves. So something that we do is our.
We appreciate you having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys being here. Is our banana boat. So everybody does the Mount Rushmore. I don't know if you guys listen to what's the Barstool? They do Mount Rushmore. Everybody does Mount Rushmore, which is like the 4 presidents or something like that.
Okay.
Is what I'm told.
Allegedly.
accurate.
Yes,
It's in
allegedly.
South Dakota. It is 4 presidents.
I have been there. But anyways, we do banana boat. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the infamous picture with LeBron James and like.
Who's that?
Who else was on it? Like Bosch and
don't know.
Wade and stuff like that. It
Oh,
doesn't
the
matter.
Miami trio.
But it's
Chris
basically a banana boat, and there's 4 people on it. So we changed it to banana boat just because
Back here.
Kyle wanted to pretend he was creative or something like that.
I think it was
So-
LeBron,
I don't
Melo.
think Kyle had anything to do with any of this.
Just throwing him in there.
Kyle has nothing to do with any of it. I think it's LeBron, Melo, Chris Paul, and
Marshmallows?
Dwayne Wade. I
Wade,
think that's
yeah.
the
it
4.
might be, yeah.
not Bosch.
I guess
Yeah,
it
'cause
doesn't.
they're all buddies.
But
Yeah.
anyways, in a nutshell, it's name your 4. We do 4 favorite human beings, least favorite jelly beans, and stupid stuff like that.
Foods.
But
Least favorite basketball players. It's the same 4.
right? But basically, we wanted to do your
Current banana boat.
basically your 4 favorite professional teams. Joe, can you start us off with your 4 favorite professional teams, and maybe we'll have some feedback for you.
Okay. I got
As the
Red
sports
Wings.
guys.
Number 1.
Can't go wrong with that.
Terrible.
Here.
No,
Born and
no
raised in
particular
Detroit.
order, Kyle.
Okay, every time we do this, Sam tries to tell me they're not in an order, but there's a 1 through 4. There must be an order.
I put them
You
in
know
order.
he would put
Yes,
the wings
thank
at
you,
the top.
Joe.
I put them in order.
Thank you, Joe.
I guess it's my fault when I send the sheet with 1, 2, 3, and 4. I should just do dot and dot.
Yeah.
dot.
Possibly.
Yep.
I
That's
think
my
that's a good
fault.
idea.
That's
Good
my
job,
fault.
Joe. You did the right way.
I'll take
They're
blame
in order.
today, but
Yeah.
next week, no.
I mean, I'm a Detroit fan. You got the Detroit shirt on. I mean, I grew up in Detroit, so
yeah.
huge Detroit
Red Wings
fan.
are a bit,
Which is why I
are
moved
good.
to
Love
Grand
my
Rapids.
Vegas Golden Knights.
West side
I think
the best
they're. I mean,
Okay.
to see what they've done in the last couple of years
It's
is
impressive.
incredible.
It is impressive.
Toronto fan because that was my first NHL game. Was at Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, that's gotta be
The
cool.
Garden. Yep.
Yeah.
And then last is the Hurricanes.
Is that for Mrazek?
Why do you like the Hurricanes?
Yeah. Why do you like the Hurricanes?
Well, we've done some stuff with Trip Tracy, commentator guy. But we have a goalie that came to our school or comes to our school for Bandits goalie school is Alex Nedeljkovic. So he's the backup goalie
Oh, really?
for the Hurricanes. And then there's actually a goalie that I used to train, Ryan Wysocki. He's actually the strength coach there.
Okay.
He was one of my
That's
goalie
gotta be
partners.
tough. That's gotta be really tough. So it's like you grow up big hockey fan, obviously. You love your Red Wings.
All four teams are hockey.
But then all of a sudden,
I don't really. I'm not gonna
Never
lie to
seen
you.
that.
I work in the hockey industry. Like if you talk basketball, football, baseball, I'm out.
yeah,
Those are the three that I
get
follow.
ready.
Yeah, hockey makes me money. That's my livelihood. So I'm
Yeah.
a huge hockey fan.
But like, I mean, for me, I'm a big Red Wings guy, and I don't know if I could have connections with players on other teams and like start.
But
It's
I
gonna kinda happen
personally
just
know
probably
these guys. Like I know
naturally,
these
though, right?
guys
If it-
before they've played in the
If
NHL.
it made you
or-
money, though,
Yeah, that would,
Yeah, that would be-
help a little bit.
that would be number
Called
5.
motivation.
on your list.
All right, Zach. Well, so a little bit about Zach. Obviously, we've known him for a
There we
while,
go.
and he's
Michigan number
he's the
one.
biggest bandwagon fan.
Michigan.
So I mean, we don't need to even. This
Runs-
is
Do you just want to
basically-
skip this?
Runs
then?
in the family, right?
I'm
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
I'm just really
Oh,
excited.
Brett Favre, he got traded to Minnesota. I love Minnesota.
Yes,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh,
thank
my
you. I bring
God.
that
Jets?
up often.
Love
Oh,
the
Jets. I got to get a Jets jersey.
And I have none of that
No.
All
stuff.
right. Anyways.
Yeah, because you
sold
threw
it
it out
years
as soon as
ago,
he
yeah.
retired.
All right, Zach's in the spotlight right now. I want to know your 4 favorite teams, and I'm going to hold you accountable for
Okay,
them for the rest of your
but
life.
Michigan football.
Boom.
Number
Love
one.
it. That's
Bingo.
okay.
That will never change.
And hockey.
And hockey.
And
we're-
baseball.
Yep.
Michigan in general.
Yeah, Michigan. in general.
Michigan football.
Besides our ACHA team.
It's a basketball school.
Exactly.
It's a basketball school.
Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, okay.
There
What?
we go.
can I ask what you guys both have the Golden Knights? Yeah.
Yep.
Just longtime fans. They've loved them their whole
We've-
lives.
Since I was a kid.
Since they were
Since
kids.
inception.
Yeah. You know. Okay.
They just like.
So
like-
moving on.
Honestly,
See, the-
wait.
the
The best
thing
thing about
with
Vegas is their. Have you seen their intro?
Their
yeah,
intro.
with that dude doing the
it is
I'm not talking
unreal.
about the intro. I'm talking
Like,
about
the
when they get
entire
onto the
thing.
ice. I mean, it's like,
Dude.
it's
Have
a
you guys
show.
have you been to a game or no?
I get
You-
goosebumps. No.
I haven't been, but you've been to. Well, that was L.A.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
LA.
Do they have Britney Spears and Blue Man Group out there, or what is it?
Possibly.
Is it?
I don't think.
David Blaine. And
She's like,
Nice
whoa,
to see.
they got wins.
Drops the
Almost
puck.
a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What just happened?
I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I don't know. All right, so Michigan, Vegas, Golden Knights.
Yep.
What else?
St. Louis Cardinals.
So you put the Cardinals above your Tigers?
Oh.
Your Tigers?
Yeah.
Our Tigers.
I was never a
Cardinals.
Tigers fan,
Cardinals.
honestly.
What?
Brutal.
I was a
Him and Jarrett are similar.
no. I was a Cardinals fan. Probably since I was like maybe.
What would have any color? Why?
Mark
why
McGuire.
Oh boy.
He was my favorite back then.
Roy,
Mark
Mr. Royce.
McGuire.
Yeah. 1998.
It was
yeah.
the race. You were either a
Cheap in
Sosa
the
fan
race.
or McGuire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you
I-
were a Sosa fan.
I went towards
100%.
McGuire personally.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Why?
were you more of a McGuire or Sosa guy in that? Was it 97?
98.
Was it 98?
1998.
He's a
98.
baseball guy.
I was more Sosa.
Sosa? Micah, you were Sosa?
I was McGuire guy.
you were
I was
McGuire? I was
McGuire.
McGuire.
Yeah.
You-
Definitely
Because
McGuire.
Sosa had the dumb.
those guys were
like,
those guys were monsters.
yeah, Sosa
During
was
that
just
race,
like,
they were huge.
that was such a cool race.
in Chicago. I'm not gonna root for
And
Chicago.
McGuire had
no matter
sweet
what.
steroids. That was
Chicago's
cool.
like my least
Looking
favorite
back, I wouldn't
city.
know, but
Yeah.
Wait, they did steroids?
What are those?
You know what's funny? I just
What?
oh no,
Mine is
I
blown.
must not get into
Should never do steroids.
All right, and then what's your fourth?
Whoever Tom Brady is playing for.
That's a fair answer.
That's 98% of the country, I think.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean, who
valid
doesn't
answer.
like a good Tom Brady? So
Yeah. All right. So
Tom
now,
Brady's the man.
so now we're gonna
He's
go
a
to-
family. He's a good family man.
Yeah, he is. I do like that dude.
and he
As a
parties
State fan,
really in a
he's
fun
the
way.
He's what?
He's the man. Yeah.
I would
thank you.
party
Brady's
like
awesome.
him.
I love the way he parties. Yeah, it's so funny. Like
What?
I would
Throwing
love,
trophies?
Yeah, just throw trophies,
do
catch
stupid
trophies.
stuff and be like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
just
like
silly.
cameras all over the place. Be like, I don't even know.
I'm
I
just
don't
a
know.
silly drunk guy,
Oh,
innocent.
me don't
know that.
Even though I'm 47 years old.
He
or
could just
something
buy
like that.
another trophy.
Exactly.
A couple of them.
And he keeps winning too.
They already have his
something.
ring size on hand, so
It's
I'll
on- it's on
mark up
file.
another one.
On file.
Size 11.
All right, so now we'll go to the goalie world. Fuzzy will keep with you.
Okay.
Can you give us your 4 favorite goalies of all time?
Mike Vernon.
That's an obvious one.
Yep,
You
clearly.
love Mike Vernon.
Dude,
That's your guy.
short goalie. I was short goalie. You were too, but
I'm
He-
5'5".
You guys are still short.
You know.
just so you know.
yeah,
on a
we're
good
still
day.
short. Yep,
You said were, so I just wanted to point out that you're still short.
I am old. You know, you
we're
guys- you
we're
start to
I'm
shrink
not
goalies.
as
much
you get
taller,
older.
but it
We're
makes me feel
short
like it's
goalies. We don't play goalie anymore. I mean, once in a while. You don't.
I don't dress up anymore.
He doesn't play dress up anymore. He sat on the bench.
Really? I mean,
He was a great door
I'm
opener.
still stuck on the I don't dress up anymore.
Skittles in his glove.
Dude, not even going there.
All right.
Anyways, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
but
Wow.
That's fine. I'm going to let you do this. You can do what you want.
Okay.
Number 1
I'm
draft
not a
pick.
fan of that guy.
you did ask him to do this.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
regretting
you
it.
did.
I'm regretting it a little bit.
I know.
I
What,
don't-
These are
I don't
solid
understand why
choices.
everybody likes
you
that
asked
guy.
him the question.
I know.
Yeah.
These are great choices, by the
I'm
way.
just telling him he's wrong.
That's some good
Welcome to
choices.
the podcast.
All goalies. They're great
State
goalies.
of my sports.
Yeah. So,
Marc-Andre
anyways,
Fleury.
Marty
Flower.
Turco.
Solid choice.
That one's
Okay.
interesting. What made you like him so much?
He's a Michigan goalie, for one.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
State of my sports. Didn't even know that.
He was
Anyways.
a Dallas goalie in my head, so.
But
Fall out.
got you. No, the way he gripped the stick when he was playing the puck, I adapted that very, very quickly, and it works amazing.
Noted the way he gripped the stick.
That's what she said.
Strong grip.
Dude, you guys, never mind.
I'm the
Anyways, we're not even gonna go there.
How does your wife grip the stick?
Hey,
the
that's a little
shooter
too
text.
far.
All
Can
right.
we FaceTime her in?
Anyway.
Why did Sam just take a turn? What?
I'm getting uncomfortable.
And number 4.
There's a lot of emotion coming out. He's cried today. He's
And
blushed.
on to the NFL draft.
Yeah, all right.
Anyways,
So fourth.
Carey Price.
All right. He's just one of the best. He's just one of the best.
He's great.
He's so good.
I'll be
So
honest
much
with
better
you.
than
I
Fleury.
didn't know there was a Carey Price, but I work with a guy named Carey Price with a K. Carey with a K. So I'm
Really?
gonna bring it up
Really?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Thank you.
It's a cool
Zach.
story. Can
What
you
do
tell
you-
it again?
You were looking at
Yeah,
me.
so I work with a guy who has the same name as what Zach just said.
You've liked Carey Price for a long time. You actually have some of his memorabilia. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't have him a little higher. I know that
Have you
this
kinda
isn't
always been a Montreal fan?
1 through
No.
4.
Because you always had the
Jose Theodore.
yeah he had the thing on his head, the beanie
Yeah.
Jose.
for the first outdoor game, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't the Heritage
Jose
Classic
Theodore.
or something?
Yeah.
You were there?
I was there?
Is that what you said?
No.
Oh,
I wish I was there. That'd be a fantastic game to be a part of.
that's what I heard.
No, I think he's a great goalie. I like the way he plays. I mean, he's getting older right now, but I think he's still a good goalie.
He's still
His
one of the best.
longevity has been pretty impeccable.
Well, him and Marc-Andre Fleury.
Fleury, he's
Fleury's
all-time
one.
favorite
He's up
right
for the
now
Vezina.
as far as
Current.
current players.
Current.
And you cannot tell me he is not a good goalie.
I think he's overrated goalie.
Fleury?
Disagree.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough call.
The Penguins.
we're about
Penguins
to get
general
into
manager would
yours.
agree with me.
I went straight vintage.
Yeah, what do you got?
Ooh, well, I grew up,
little older than
90s, so I'm more like mid 90s, early 2000s. So I went Felix Potvin,
Do you even know who that is?
Crickets.
Yeah, I know who Felix Potvin is.
Crickets.
He was a big Toronto guy for a while.
He
Was
was.
that 99?
He also played for the Oilers?
NHL 99.
No, he did
Wayne
not play for the
Gretzky.
He didn't play for the Oilers?
Power up.
Played for,
Yeah,
I
what-
think, L.A. He played for Boston. He played for, I think he played for 3 or 4 teams.
I think that was it.
All right.
Toronto, Boston, L.A.
I remember him
Yeah.
on Toronto mostly.
Yeah.
I think he played for Vancouver for a hot second, too.
Really?
I believe so.
Hmm.
Maybe.
What's he doing over there?
Next
Oh,
one?
all
Next
right,
one.
Yeah.
Open to beers.
John Van Beesbrook.
Oh,
See,
little Johnny.
That one doesn't
He's
ring
a-
a bell for me.
He's a Michigan guy.
Yep.
He's from Michigan,
He's from
right?
from Michigan.
All right, so one of
east
my
side.
my coworkers was in a Bible study with him.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Huh.
Yeah, I watched a video on
Really
YouTube
good
or something.
guy.
It was he had like a inspirational some sort of speech
Yeah.
or something. It was
I
great.
think his son played golf at Hope or Kelvin.
Did he?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
was really young, I was homeschooled and I would have to do a Bible devotional types thing. It was sports related, and he wrote like half of them.
Really?
Yeah. He's big,
Hmm.
big, good dude. Good dude.
You were homeschooled?
I was homeschooled. What are you
Oh,
guys
nice.
starting like? They're
So-
starting
You
group chats
homeschooled?
without me. in it.
So, Felix Potvin,
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
Maple Leafs, Islanders,
Patient
Canucks,
Islanders.
Kings, Bruins.
All right, he did say
Oh,
Kings.
so I
So he
forgot
missed
the
2 of them.
Islanders. I forgot the Islanders in there.
All right.
National team, Canada.
He did play for Team Canada. Yeah.
All right, I like the John Van Beesbrook one. He was a big.
He was
played
the-
for
so on my
Florida. He was a
fir-
Florida goalie.
He
when
was,
They lost in the finals.
But when I went to my first
Patrick Waugh.
Colorado.
Yeah. The rats with the rats.
With
Yeah,
the rat,
oh,
yeah,
that was
a-
one of the
that's
coolest
a classic image.
That
was
man is
awesome.
a prick.
Who, Patrick Waugh?
Patrick Waugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
Yeah, nobody would disagree. With
Isn't
that.
he
He's not
trying to
an
get a
Irish
job
favorite.
for the Canadians now?
They are.
I don't know. I haven't heard
Who
that.
knows? Who cares?
If they would have lost, I think yesterday they
He's
were
my
saying
number
that
one.
The head coach is definitely up for. He's on the hot seat.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Watch
sure
your
I saw
lip.
something that they're trying to get a bid in for Waugh.
Martin Brodeur.
Yep.
I like Waugh and Brodeur.
Okay, you
My
can,
top
you can
two.
like Brodeur, not Waugh.
Those are my
No.
two favorites.
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
All right, your last two here.
Last two.
We don't need to talk about all of them.
Chris Osgood,
Ozzy, he's a good one.
classic. I mean, you can't
Let's
go
go.
wrong with Chris. And then lastly, Ed Belfour.
Oh, what?
I have his rookie card, and I'm wondering why.
Ed Belfour.
Stars.
You
So
got
you-
Belfour
so you
right
can-
over the top there.
So you can make money,
Is that
Sam?
Is that his stuff up there?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I just look at those are just classic goalies. Those are guys who were like influential in my
Eddie
game
the
when I was.
Eagle.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had one of the best masks for sure.
best
Yes.
but all those guys had pretty good like
Style
Felix
back then.
Felix Potvin and Ed Belfour had like the stance
Yeah.
back in the 90s. Like who did not want to copy their stance? Like everybody looked like Felix or Ed Belfour.
Yeah.
Besides Waugh, I feel like Belfour was notorious though.
For what?
Oh, he was
For what?
he was tough as nails. I mean, he
Chopping your manhood. in
What was
half.
it?
he went after
Warn me?
No, he went after Dino Cicerelli.
Oh.
No, there was
That's
one.
my favorite player.
Or maybe that was
Remember you loving Dino. You're a big Dino guy.
I think he
Dino
went
guy.
after Dino Cicerelli with a little bit of a
22.
No, it was I think Thomas Holmstrom when he did that.
Or was it
Like,
Holmstrom?
He has done that.
That had to be
multiple
Marty
times.
He did.
That
But
was
there
his
is a video of
signature
that.
move.
There's been a few where
Ooh.
he's tough.
Yeah.
He was tough.
Those are good. Those
Competitor.
are good.
That's what it is.
But
Let-
Patrick Waugh never made the list. So
Nope.
Good. You shouldn't. You should never make a list of
I mean, you
favorite
got
goalies.
like
Shirt.
Osgood and Vernon. You probably are crying when
Yeah, we're
Vernon was
missing
fighting.
one
Man,
legend.
That's because Osgood's
Detroit.
better.
Hasek.
Vernon.
I
all the
think
way.
no,
Dominated.
I'm surprised Hasek wasn't on either
No
of you guys'
Hasek.
list.
no,
No.
I'm not a big fan of how he played. No, the question is, does Osgood belong in the
No.
Hall of Fame?
In my opinion, no.
Why?
As he's up there on the TV, bingo.
Hey, there he is.
He's
joining in on
doing
the conversation.
amazing at all this stuff. By the way, I
Great.
love him on TV.
Does a great job.
Hall of Fame in
he
a
was a really
different
good goalie, but I think he benefited a lot from what was in.
So did
front of him.
Brodeur.
Yeah, I agree with that. But he was one of the greats. I don't know.
He's got 3 cups. 3
Two
cups.
as a backup.
His name's still on there.
2 as a backup.
behind Vernon.
Vernon, he was behind. All right, so he was behind Vernon 97. He won in 98.
Bavaria.
He was behind Hasek
Hasek and-
in 02, and then he won.
Well, then they
Or
lost.
no, so
they lost to
08 was
Pittsburgh.
the big one. 08 was the big one. I think he had a lot to do with that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think they lost. Was it Game 7 against Pitt?
Was it
09?
08 that they lost?
No,
No,
they won
09
in
because
08,
they
they lost
in
yeah
08.
because Hossa
Yeah.
was with
Zero got
the
married.
Penguins and then
I
he
was-
switched and then
I was there.
still lost.
Was he
Yeah.
backing up Bavernon?
I was at that
point?
game. I was at that game.
Were you? Game
Verner's.
Bavernon?
Vernon.
You were at what game? Which game were you at?
I was at 09.
Game 7.
The cup,
Game
the cup
7.
loss to Pittsburgh.
Oh, you got the great one.
Him and Trav.
Yeah, I was painted from head to toe
That's the reason they
in
lost.
red.
No
poor
And I had
guy.
a cut off. I had a black afro on.
No, you
And
didn't.
so like what is it? Hockey Night in Canada. They like found us. They brought us in front of this big group of people, and they're like, "All right, you guys are gonna like announce it to who's the host of it now? I don't remember.
Ron
his name.
McLean?
Yeah. They said no to your host. That was our words.
Really?
And, yeah. People loved it, but they said they told us
Bingo.
they were like, all right, so now you have to say Hockeytown, USA. And I was like, no. So I'm like talking to this big group.
Yeah.
They're like, don't say USA. I'm telling them, no, we're not saying USA. This is Hockeytown, not Hockeytown, USA. This is a Canadian network trying to tell us to say it's Hockeytown, USA. No,
Yeah.
we're freaking Hockeytown is what I said. And so
At least you didn't get beat up at the game.
I did afterwards. It was really fun.
Is that I've been to 2 memorable games, like 2 iconic games. I went Steve Eisman when he had the goal over
Oh, I know.
John,
In 95?
yeah, when he put it over John Casey's shoulder. I was at that game.
Game set. Was that double overtime or triple?
Against St.
maybe?
Louis.
Oh, my gosh.
When Wayne Gretzky got
turned
like,
turned it over in the neutral zone?
in that place, I would say
That-
it was vibrating. It was so loud and it was like shaking. The ceiling was so the flags were moving.
I remember that day so perfectly because I was what, so it was 95, right?
So you were 6
I
years
was
old.
6 years old, and I remember my dad he was like, "You're gonna stay up and watch this game with me," and this was like the first time, and I tried to stay up, and I ended up falling asleep, but then he woke the whole house up,
yelling
just
and
screaming.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, "Did you see it?" I'm like, That's how he tells
Just
the
one of the
story.
most
I was still
iconic
asleep, but I
shots
was like,
ever.
yeah, I was awake.
Incredible
Oh, man.
shots. And then my second most memorable game, I was at the game in the Montreal Forum where Patrick Waugh gave up 11.
You were at that game?
Yes.
That is the most random game to be at, but one of the most iconic ones.
And that's-
at least when it comes to the Red Wings history. I feel like
Yeah.
that's huge.
I was at that game, and he got traded that night or the next morning.
Yeah,
I think
it
it
was
was
the
the
next
next
morning.
day.
What did he do? He walked by the owner. He goes, "I ain't playing another game here," or something like
Yeah.
that.
It was incredible.
Got traded to Colorado or
that
Quebec,
place
whatever it was back then.
dead silent. And the most memorable photo was him raising his hands because Sergei Fedorov took a shot from center ice. He made a save. He gave up 6 goals in a row. He makes a save and he puts his hands up and the place went crazy. And it just went.
that is
It was
awesome.
unbelievable. And then so he gave up 11 and I sort of know the backstory about that. That's an off-air story.
Oh,
I can tell you that
we should
off-air.
get this done so we remember to ask him about that one.
Great story of why that happened.
All
But,
right.
Yeah, those are 2 iconic games.
That's awesome. So you had Felix Bachman. Yeah, you went through all 4 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Van
Solid.
Beesbrook, Chris Osgood, and Ed Belfour. Last question. But actually, we already answered this. I was going to ask your favorite craft beer. You said it was Gold Ale. Or,
Yeah, Fuzzy's
Parent
Day-
Golden Ale.
Fuzzy's dad
And
got
Parent
me.
Black.
Parent Black. That's
Yeah.
Fuzzy's dad got me hooked on Parent Black.
That's a solid one, right?
Smooth. I guess you don't expect something like that to come
Really
out.
easy to drink.
Yeah. For how black it is.
I
for
think
sure.
it's more like it's
Dark
maybe like a
it
Guinness.
is. Dark it is. Oh boy,
Sam,
just
come
got
on.
censored. Might got a little too much attention.
Just think of a bathroom bag. That and a catch-all.
Those bathroom bags are awesome.
That and a catch-all. Zip your lips.
Yeah, we just
Demonetized.
got censored. No, but Zach, do you have a favorite? Obviously, you don't drink a whole lot.
Water.
At all.
But brewery-wise, I mean, do you have any that stands out to you?
Railtown Brewing. We went there pre-pandemic, obviously. They have pretty good food there.
Where's that?
That's in
He's
Dutton.
like beer.
We've
Screw
done a
beer.
few of
What
their
about
beers.
what
Haven't
about
we?
food?
Railtown.
I've never
Railtown.
had one, but
Yeah.
A couple.
Yeah, they have this cheeseburger. I don't know what it's called, but they take cheese
Probably
and
called
melt it
cheeseburger.
over top of the burger.
Oh,
Called a cheeseburger.
No,
This is what you do with
they
99% of cheeseburgers.
they have a name for it.
I think he's saying they put the cheese on the
called-
outside
yeah.
of the bun.
Yeah, they put the cheese outside of it. over
Outside
top.
the bun.
Yeah, it's a mess, but it's good.
Hot buns.
Hot cross buns.
All right. No, I look. I was gonna
What's your
ask
favorite beer? Burgers.
I was gonna ask you a little bit about kind of the NHL.
This actually isn't too bad.
uh,
Can you refill it up?
Dude, the sours, Arvon
there's
sours.
another. Yeah, those
classic.
sours are solid.
Pretty good.
Those sours,
Classic
yeah.
transcendent.
Real quick, Joe, I want to get your thoughts on kind of where the Red Wings are at. I feel like I can't let a couple hockey guys walk away. Obviously, I'm not going to ask Fuzzy because he's not a Red Wings guy.
Loves Vegas.
You're the big Red Wings guy. What do you think about what's going on with this team?
I think they've turned. Some eyes this year. I guess people probably wrote them off to be more in the bottom of the pack, but I think they're 18. They're working their way up
It's not
there.
nearly as bad as what. it
No,
looks like.
they've lost. Today they went to a shootout again, but I mean they've been in some pretty tight games, but they've also been in some games where they've gotten
Yeah.
just whooped. And it's tough to say because you're playing in your division.
Yeah,
You haven't
yeah.
played into Canada. You haven't played out
Yep.
west. So it's tough to say, but it's also caused some pretty heated rivals
Yeah.
with some of those teams.
They get to know each
Definitely.
other very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest question is and should Blashill get another year? It sounds like he's going to.
I don't think that's a wise choice. I know that he is a good coach, but I think there needs to be a new voice in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because when I look at the Red, I know I grew up as a Wings fan in the 90s, early 2000s. So I look at that as it should be like that at all times.
Yeah.
But when you look at the Red Wings now, he's associated with a losing record.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time, and that's a tough call.
Yeah,
That really is.
I go back and forth on it because I don't think he's
There's-
nowhere near the problem.
But yeah, I was gonna say
but at
because
the
look at
same
what you have.
time, you start.
This draft coming up is gonna be electric. I think because they got
Yeah.
man, they got some hefty
Did
picks
you
in
see
the
how
first.
many picks that they
A
have?
ton.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Unreal
It's
for
gonna
the
be
next
exciting
2
to see.
years.
They're
But
gonna be.
I will say, I think he did a very good job in Grand Rapids.
I do too, and that's the reason why I still hold on to it a little bit.
But I always say that the American League and the East Coast or the USHL or wherever he played it, coached before, to where is that now? You're at a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
You're at a whole different level. I think this is. It's gonna, and I don't think they're at the road like at the parting way yet. Maybe he will come back for one more year, but at some point, I think there's gonna be there'll be a coaching change.
Yeah.
I truly believe so.
At
I think
some
he's
point.
done well with the pieces that were given to him, but
I think it's interesting to see the people that go into.
and they have a lot of guys that are missing right now. They have a
That's
lot
true. Bertuzzi, Fabry, big pieces to create a lot of depth in that
Yeah.
in that lineup, which is Larkin as well. I'm not a big Larkin guy, but I mean in general. What?
I said nobody asked.
Well, sometimes you just gotta say something.
We
I forget
knew.
what I was going with. This is what I do.
They're not winning because Mike Vernon's not there.
Oh yeah.
Or Chris
because they
Osgood.
didn't win after that.
Should Chris Osgood's number be up in the rafters?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No.
then it goes in line with him being in the Hall of Fame.
I don't
I'm
think.
gonna say no in the Raptors.
I don't think anybody.
Can we pull up his stats?
The only one that's missing right now
Stats
for
guy.
me is
We can.
Fedorov.
They are
Federov's
pretty-
the one that should be in the rafters that isn't, in my
There's
opinion.
that goal. I think Fedorov should be the next guy to go up there.
Yeah. He better get one before Datsuk,
Is this
in
really?
my opinion.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I want Datsuk or Zetterberg up there.
Zetterberg,
I think-
no.
Zetterberg, no.
Again,
And I'm
go,
not even a Wings fan.
I just go back to that question of like, are they rebuilding? Yes. Are they starting to come out of the rebuild? Yes. But I still think they're at least 3 to 5 years away to being a good
Playoff
contender.
Yeah. And that's where I kind of go back to, and I remember what I was going to say. The Blashill thing, it's like, I'm 100% Yzerman, whatever you like. I
The
trust.
Yzer plan?
I trust what he's doing. I trust his vision. And if he thinks Blashill should be resigned, I gotta defend it.
I would like to see what they would be with a different voice, like sort of more accountable. Because some of the
Okay.
games that they lost, I mean, how can you lose a game by 5, 6, 7 goals and that's acceptable?
Yeah.
Did
And
they- Go
because I think he's one of the longest tenured coaches in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, I think he's second behind Tampa's coach.
But let me ask,
what?
did Tampa win a
Pretty
cup?
sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
It's like I just don't get that. Like anyone that's lost games and extensively over those years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't have a job right now. I
Yeah.
don't know how
But
he.
did he get hired after Bilesma got fired from the Wings?
Bilesma was never the head coach of the Wings.
But he was
He's
part
an
of the
assistant
Wings
coach.
now.
He became an assistant coach 2 years ago.
Okay. Is he still there now?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he
Okay.
is.
Yeah. He's
What do you
the-
think about him being a head coach?
Was that the
there?
former
I don't
Pittsburgh
know.
guy?
They was
Yes.
a former. He's from Muskegon, I believe.
Who has
Yes.
cups?
Two,
He was one.
One.
2 or 1.
I think he was one.
That might be your guy.
Yeah, because
I think he was 09, and then he didn't win, and then they fired him.
logically.
And then, who's the current coach?
Nothing else. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but then he
Yeah.
won back to back. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, and you guys can stay on. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to some final mock draft stuff. I mean, the draft is on Thursday. We gotta milk it while we can. We don't have a whole lot of time here, but I would love to have you guys on. But I mean, do what you need to do. What I want to happen now is Kyle. What I did is I got a bathroom bag there full of
Can you stop with that?
of mock drafts, and you can just take any one of those out there. And what I want to do is basically you read what happens in these mock drafts, and then Ryan and I are going to tell you our feelings. So what we're doing is we're giving our Thursday feelings prior to Thursday, basically. So if this happens, this is how we're going to feel.
It's Feelings Friday.
Because, I
on
mean, let's be
Tuesday.
honest. By next week, Tuesday, I'm going
Feelings.
to justify everything that the Lions do throughout the draft. So what I want to do is kind of hold myself accountable. Because
Are we? Let me ask you this. Okay, are we going like we're going through a bunch of these and we go
Just
rapid fire?
real quick, read what's going on in there,
They're gonna
and then
pick a
we'll
kicker.
tell you how we feel at the very end.
No, but I think that's what you just said is legitimate. I mean, we have a brand new coach, Dan Campbell, and we love the approach from the beginning so far. Obviously, he hasn't coached a game yet for the Lions, but his press conferences and the way he's been trying to structure this team.
He's going to bite knees?
Yeah, like, let's go bite some kneecaps.
Bite some knees. John's like, yep, he's going to get it.
Yeah. So like that's why we're gonna defend him no matter what. Yeah, we're on the same page in that. You know, we're gonna defend him.
It's not necessarily defending; it's understanding the vision.
Yes, and whatever he's gonna do with this first and second round pick, really specifically those two, we're gonna learn a lot about what they're prioritizing.
What they want. Yeah, the priorities.
Yeah. So there's a few in there. What I want to do is
there's like
Mikey,
30 in here.
Just a few, 30.
They're all folded, so it feels like double. All right, I'm gonna set a timer for.
So it's really 60.
All right, I'm not gonna set a timer because I don't want to hold myself accountable. But anyways,
No, we're gonna what?
3 minutes. 3-minute rapid fire.
John, how much time can we use on this topic? 13 minutes.
13.
13 minutes.
All right.
All right. So read them off.
Whoops.
Just real quick, and we'll give
had one for
we'll give our raw opinion like it actually.
All right, here we go.
happened.
Do you want to know who gave the mock
Nope.
draft?
Here,
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. Rhett Lewis, NFL Network. 1. The Jags choose Trevor Lawrence. Next,
Fields.
Zach Wilson.
Oh, good.
Then Mac Jones. Then Kyle Pitts. Then Penei Sewell. Then Jamar Chase. Now, are you guessing the
Lions are
next
on
one?
cut? Nope. You say the pick is in, and you push the button, and then you tell us.
Do you want to play the music too?
No.
Okay.
I feel like that might be the one that's getting us flagged.
The music. Constantly.
All right, their pick is in.
The Lions pick is in.
Trey Lance.
Hate it. I'm pissed. I'm not happy. That's how I feel.
Holy cow.
That is the one thing that's going to really piss me off if they do.
I don't see how you even logically get there.
It makes no sense.
How did they pick a Trey Lance
Zero chance.
when they're talking about like biting kneecaps and
Exactly.
we have a quarterback? We have a quarterback for multiple years at this
Yeah.
point.
So why would they ever take a risk
on
on a quarterback like that? All right, next one.
the fourth quarterback?
Stupid. That is the dumbest one I've
Where
ever
is
heard.
he
And I will
from?
be furious if that happens. North
Trey
Dakota
Lance is
State.
from North Dakota State University. He is the biggest wild card in this whole draft. He is not a sure thing at all.
All right, we are next one. Peter King, Pro Football Talk.
legit.
Jags, Trevor Lawrence. Jets, Zach Wilson. Next is Mac Jones, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and that leaves somebody I think Sam wants very much.
Penei Sewell's on the clock. What do the Lions do?
The pick is in. Nope, I hate this. I hate that sound effect. Penei Sewell.
Yes. All right. That is dream scenario for me. I love it. That is 100% a win for the Lions.
I agree. The more and more I think about what Penei Sewell would mean to the Lions, this is not a 1-year plan. This is not for next year. This is for at least 2 or 3 years down the road. And when you look at how the Lions are structured this second year, the third year, that combination of Penei Sewell with the offensive line that they have structured right now will all work together and be a dominant force.
Let me ask you two this. Do you think there's any chance he's still there for their pick?
I'm leaning towards no.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit
You
of
don't
hope.
think so either?
Correct. Yeah, I do not think
from
he's
the
there.
limited amount I hear about the draft, like it sounds like he's a generational talent. Like he's not gonna.
I
won't be
don't
there.
think he gets past the Bengals and Dolphins personally.
Here's what I
Those are the
love.
two that
Here's
really
what I
scare
love
me.
about Penei Sewell is in high school he was 350 pounds and he was a guard, and then when he got to college he was massive, and when he got to college he lost weight, became more athletic, and became a first overall type of talent pick.
Without even playing
Yes.
his junior
So
year.
it's not like
Yeah,
he's
without even
struggling to
playing,
gain weight.
yeah.
He's struggling. He's losing weight. He's staying athletic.
Cool.
He's doing good.
Next.
Walter Football. I don't know even what that is.
Just a website.
Okay. Jags take Trevor Lawrence. Next is Zach Wilson, then Trey Lance, then Justin Fields to the Falcons.
Okay, I like that.
Penei Sewell does go to the Bengals.
All right.
Dolphins take Kyle Pitts, and the Lions take Jamar Chase. Oh, John loves it.
John loves it.
John loves it.
Okay, I do not like that.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it. I'm underwhelmed with Jamar Chase. I don't think he is a top level type of talent at wide receiver. I think he would be a good wide receiver. I don't think he's a franchise changer. And with this first round pick, if we're not going to get a franchise changer, then let's work on our biggest weakness, which is defense, or trade down.
Get a leader. That's what I look at. And in
how
that,
could a
in
wide
that,
receiver
in that
be a leader?
situation, exactly. Wide receivers are the opposite of leaders. In that situation, I would rather you reach, by a lot of professionals' opinions, reach for a Micah Parsons, somebody that will be a leader on the defense. That's where I lean. I don't want wide receiver. I don't want quarterback. At 7, Kyle Pitts, question mark for me.
However, you did like Jamar Chase this time last year.
No, this
you brought
time
him
last
up.
year, you're right. You're right. But then I looked at tape.
Next.
That's the difference.
All right, Sam, I'm going to try to muddle through one of these trades.
It's a quick one. It looks
trade
like it's a
scenarios.
big piece of paper there.
It is a big one. Okay. So we have the Jags do take Trevor Lawrence. Then you have the Jets take Zach Wilson. The 49ers take Trey Lance.
Okay.
The Patriots trade up to get Justin Fields. Do you want me to
Top
read
4.
the what?
Yeah, just go. Or don't worry about the trade up. Don't worry about that.
Okay. The Bengals take Jamar Chase. The Dolphins take Penei Sewell. The Chargers trade up to number 7 to get Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
Carolina takes Rashawn Slater.
Yep.
Denver takes Patrick Surtain. Dallas takes J.C. Horn. Good grief.
Jeez.
The Giants take Micah Parsons. Good name. Eagles take Jalen Waddle, and the Lions take Devontae Smith.
Okay. All right. What is the return on there for what the Lions got?
Sorry.
For
they
the
were
trade.
picking at 7.
Yeah.
Trade up from 13, the LA Chargers send Detroit their 3rd, which would be the 77th overall, and 4th, which is the 118th round pick.
I don't love that.
I don't like the return, especially when you can get Kyle Pitts.
I disagree. I don't love the return because I think they could get more, but I like Devontae Smith better than I like Kyle Pitts. I'm sorry.
Is that who they took? Was Devontae Smith?
Yeah, they got Devontae Smith.
All right.
And if you're getting Devontae Smith with a trade down, that's a no-brainer. Like I would rather have him than a Jamar Chase at number 7. So if we can trade down and still get the guy that we should really be targeting from the wide receiver position,
in that
I'm all
scenario,
good.
I'm not a big fan of passing on Kyle Pitts for that little of a return. I'm okay with getting Devontae Smith where you did, but the return doesn't seem enough for me for passing on Kyle Pitts. So, all right, next.
Patrick Walker from CBS. You have Trevor Lawrence. You have Zach Wilson. Justin Fields to the 49ers.
Overrated.
Kyle Pitts. Penei Sewell does go to the Bengals. Jamar Chase goes to the Dolphins. And the Lions select Rashawn Slater.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that vision. I don't like him at 7. I like if you take him with your first pick. I'm okay with not taking the next best wide receiver, the next best quarterback. I'm okay with that aspect. Slater seems like a reach. Maybe you could get him a little lower, but if nobody's calling, you take what would benefit your team. And in my opinion, a really good offensive lineman that can play right tackle is a good way to go.
So I'm kind of torn about Slater because I feel like he's going to be a really good pro. He will be a good pro. He's going to be good in the NFL. I don't think he will ever be elite. And to change your franchise, it's not like these guys that come out of the 2nd or 3rd round that end up being a good professional that get a lot of fanfare. We hear about the 2nd rounders, the 3rd rounders that end up being great. And if you're going to spend a 1st round draft pick on an offensive lineman, he better work out.
Sure.
And not only just work out, but he better be really good. He has to be elite. And I don't think he has elite tools. I think he's going to be a good pro, but he's not going to change this franchise. And I mean, let's be honest, the Lions, one of the hardest things for the Lions is to change this culture that has been there since the 50s, since their last championship.
True. Yeah.
They're just a bad franchise. They're terrible.
Been awful.
Yeah, so if you're going to change that, I would rather reach for a guy that has potential to be a star, to be the best franchise changer you can get at their position. And I think you can get that with other positions available.
I like it. Okay. Sam might have to sit this one out, but there is a John Ledyard from the Pewter Report.
Okay.
Is that ring any bells to anyone?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah.
Pewter.
So
Also
the Jags
don't know
do take Trevor Lawrence. Then you have Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, yeah.
The 49ers take Trey Lance. The Falcons take Kyle Pitts. The Bengals take Jamar Chase. The Dolphins take Jalen Waddle. And then at number 7, the Patriots trade up to take Justin Fields in return for the 15th pick, the 96th pick in the 3rd round, and a 2022 first rounder.
Oh. Who would do that?
That seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
Chargers trade up somehow to number 8, take J.C. Horn. The Broncos take Mac Jones. Patrick 13.
Surtain.
Devontae Smith, Rashawn Slater, Penny Sewell will not drop to 13.
No,
No.
that's
Still
impossible.
available, right?
He got taken at 13.
Oh,
Then
yeah,
the
it's
Vikings
not
take, I don't know this name.
Ojulari.
yeah. The Notre Dame
Ojulari, Vera Tucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Notre
Yeah.
Dame linebacker.
Oh, yeah. No, Vera Tucker's the offensive lineman out of USC.
And then the Lions
I get
at
those two
Elijah Vera Tucker.
At 15, the Lions take Jeremiah
That's the linebacker.
Uwasu
Oh, yeah.
Koromora.
Koromora,
All right,
yeah, from Notre Dame.
Real quick, what was the return that the Lions got? Does it say or no?
I already read it, Sam. But
Oh,
you-
okay, I got you. A
right.
third-round pick, the 15th overall pick from the Patriots, and then a 2022 first-round pick.
Okay, so you're getting a linebacker, a third-round pick, and a first-round pick?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
And
That
the
might
other,
be my favorite so
the other
far.
part of this is Ojulari, the dude
He's
from Notre
good.
Dame. He's not only good, but he is elite with some of his traits. He is a playmaker.
traits.
He runs all over the field. He's the fastest dude. I mean, he runs like a 4.3 40. He's like Micah Parsons
Not gonna happen.
with his speed, but he used to be a safety or a cornerback when he was coming out of high school. Like, this guy is a cover corner with a linebacker type of body. He also has reckless, like, he just throws his body around, which scares you with injury
He's a-
stuff, but he's a football player.
He's a perfect name to look at if you're going to trade down that far. All right, next. How much time we got to do it?
you have about 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Let's make it 2. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll call it good.
Sounds good. Matt Lombardo, fan-sided. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle. Then the Broncos trade up to get Justin Fields.
With Penei Sewell still on the board?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Return unknown, you put. The Panthers take Mac Jones, and the Lions do not draft Penei Sewell.
At 9?
At 9, they take Devontae Smith.
I'm pissed.
That's dumb.
That is really dumb. Where did Penei Sewell go? Did I go that far or no?
Sorry, you did. 1 second. I threw it away already.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I think you said 13.
Okay, that's dumb. What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know who FanSided is, but that's brutal. I just Googled NFL mock drafts and just pulled a bunch
Yeah, I
of
mean
them.
that's just a classic site trying to be right with a random scenario.
Just trying
in
to
the
be
end.
different.
Yeah.
All right. We might be able to have time for 2 if we don't like this next one, but I mean,
Yeah.
go ahead.
One more.
All right, CBS, Chris Trapasso. It looks like, or Trapso? I don't know.
Sure.
Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Kyle Pitts, Mac Jones, Rashawn Slater, Jamar Chase. Broncos give the Lions the number 9 and a 4th and a 6th and take Trey Lance. The Panthers choose Rashawn Slater, and the Lions go with Jalen Waddle.
Was Penei Sewell taken?
I don't think he was. No, still on the board.
All right, that's really nice.
Rashawn Slater was early again. I mean, I think this is people. Honestly, if you get people that start coming up with these really weird scenarios in drafts, a lot of times they're just throwing names around like, oh, I like this guy more than
They
this
want
guy.
clicks.
Yeah.
They want
Yeah.
clicks.
And
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
there might be like a small print type thing. It's like, oh, this is what I would do.
If
or
you
something
watch
like
the
that. It's
tape,
like-
if you watch the tape, anybody, I think objectively, if you watch the tape of Rashawn Slater versus
Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell is head and shoulders.
it's not even close.
But
and then the
Rashawn
upside
Slater's
potential.
also isn't bad.
No, he's good. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know what people are looking at.
I'm prepared to take Slater. But anyways. All right, one more. We'll do one more.
Oh, sorry.
Can we do
One more. Sorry, I didn't have one.
Sorry.
do this all night.
Okay.
Fun. I'm glad this is working out.
Pete Prisco, CBS.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Christian Darrisaw.
Yep, Dearsaw.
Yep.
Is it offense lineman?
Number 6, the Dolphins do take Penei Sewell.
Offensive lineman.
And the Lions select at number 7, Jamar Chase.
And who's
So
available? after that?
Slater's
What's that?
Slater's still on the board?
Yeah, who's available after that?
I don't know football.
Sorry,
just
can you
stopped
read it
at
again?
number
Can you read it again?
After the first 3,
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, Christian Darrisaw,
Yep.
Penei Sewell.
Wow, you got a lot of talent on
There's
the
a
board there.
lot left on that board.
If
I do
you-
know that.
All right, so
Yeah.
this one feels like a great trade down opportunity that wasn't taken advantage of. I mean, you never know who's calling, who's not. in that scenario, I would be
tried
like,
that one.
trade down.
They don't like it.
I don't like
don't either.
taking a wide receiver at 7.
I'm with you guys.
Period. End of story.
I don't mind taking wide receiver at 7 if it makes sense. If all of your options, the best options are off the board, you can't trade down. Whatever it is, I would much rather go with, I guess. No, that's not
build.
true. I do want a wide receiver. I want an elite wide receiver. I want first
I
or
do
second
too.
round.
I do too, but I feel like you can get them there somewhere else.
No, you can't because there's only 4 to 5 elite options.
I don't know. I think
Okay.
Rondell Moore and Elijah Moore could be solid enough to fit in the NFL. They might not
to be a good.
They might not be great week 1, but they're going to be good in this league.
I'm sick of getting good guys. I want somebody who will change this franchise and help with that.
With your current acquisitions, your current offseason, if you had the first overall pick, who would you pick? Dream scenario, who would you pick?
First overall,
Penei Sewell.
Zach Wilson.
Seriously, no.
Oh, you're talking even outside of
Like
I can't even think
with your current scenario, with you.
Sorry.
I wonder if this is the song that's getting us in trouble.
They were talking. I didn't mean to cut you off. You haven't talked much.
All right.
So, same
2 more
scenario.
seconds.
You have Goff. Stafford isn't here. The guy
Zach
who
Wilson.
went to the Giants isn't here. Your wide receiver. Who would you pick if you had the first overall pick?
Yeah, I would pick
I would
Zach
would you
Wilson.
take
Who would you
Trevor
go with?
Lawrence.
Nope, I wouldn't. I would pick Zach
Yes, I
Wilson.
would.
So
I would go
quarterback.
Trevor
So
Lawrence.
you guys would go QB though.
Oh, you're wrong. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
I would
100%.
out of the I would take one if I was 1 or 2. I would take Trevor Lawrence because you pretty much have to, or I would take Zach Wilson if we were 1 or 2. You're not getting those 2. I don't want any of the other quarterbacks.
They're that good. I feel like these are guys
They're that
are-
much better.
I
Yes.
thought it was an interesting
be done.
question to ask,
right.
given your scenario.
Let's get into a little bit about betting very, very, very quickly. We wanted to talk about Betting Hero. They are a sponsor for us, and what they are, if you're looking to get into the betting game and you don't know where to start, sports betting, and you want to get into that, or even just blackjack and all that stuff, start with Betting Hero. BettingHero.com. Promo code MIBETS. I mean, that they will give you all of the best current promotions available on whatever sites there are. You got FanDuel, you got DraftKings, you
MGM.
got MGM. Yeah, that's the one that you always got to throw in.
MGM's
All
great.
their
William
ads
Hill.
are on Hulu.
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
it all the time on Hulu.
If you go to bettinghero.com, put in MIBETS as the promo code and sign up there, they will throw them all out there for you. And that is the place to start if you're interested in the betting, sports betting world or whatever it is.
And the thing with sports betting is it's dependent on each state. Each state has their own legal requirements for sports betting. So if you're wondering what state is legal and what options are available to you, then go to Betting Hero. They do the work for you. They give you every single option in your state to do online sports betting through an app, and they give you the best promo code available at that time. And once you get that promo code, does not go away for life. It's not like a one-and-done type of scenario. They will continue to update their promo codes and give you the best selections based on whatever sporting events are coming up.
For sure. Speaking of sporting bets that are coming up, Trav's got his pick of the week in, and it is Jamar Chase over pick 5.5. So basically, if you think he's going to be drafted 6th or later, put your money on Jamar Chase. I also put together a nice little parlay here for Wednesday like I usually do. I got the over in the Oilers and Jets game. I got the over in the Vegas-Colorado game because, I mean, both those teams know how to score some goals. And then I got Coyotes beating the Sharks all on Wednesday. Got 3 hockey games there for you. I did want to talk a little bit about some of the draft odds that are out there. Then we'll get into our beer grades and all that good stuff. But basically, I mean, the odds are, I think Vegas does a really good job at kind of predicting the future. They're not going to they put their money where their mouth is very quickly. And if the odds are telling you what you should be expecting, usually Vegas has it right. So basically, Trevor Lawrence is minus 10,000. So you basically have to put $10,000 on Trevor Lawrence to get a $100 win. That's basically guaranteed he's going 1. You got Zach Wilson at minus 5,000 to be the 2nd overall pick. Pretty much easy money there, but I mean, don't waste your money on that. Don't put 5,000 just to win 100. That's just really dumb. And then you start getting to the 3rd overall pick.
Might.
This is really where the draft gets interesting. everything that we're hearing basically is Mac Jones or Trey Lance are who the 49ers are zeroed in on. If you go back this time a week ago, they're talking about Fields. Fields was the betting favorite back then. Right now, Mac Jones minus 305. That's telling you, I mean, that's a pretty heavy favorite to be picked third. Well, and that one's very interesting to me.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones has gotten a lot of...
John is drinking Bud Light. I just want you to know that. I think he's...
that's
not allowed in this podcast.
It's called a koozie.
Oh, sorry.
No, I think Mac Jones has gained a lot of momentum for a reason, and I personally, I think he is the third best quarterback in this draft. I really do.
Yeah, I disagree with completely. Trey Lance as
Says
that
guy
plus
who doesn't
200.
watch tape.
I told you I watched tape.
Oh, okay.
Is Mac Jones the Alabama guy?
Yeah, he is the Alabama
Yeah,
guy.
Ryan's right.
Trey Lance is at plus 200, and then Justin Fields is at plus 1,000. So if you feel like he could be the guy, which I kind of do, I mean, if you put $100 on that, you'd win 1,000. So it might be interesting to do. Don't put your money on that. Fourth overall, Pitts is at minus 135. I think that's really big for the Lions. If you can get past the Falcons, a player like that, I'm okay with it. And then they also have Fields at plus 175, Trey Lance at plus 225. So they have Pitts or a quarterback. Then you move on to the fifth overall pick. You got Sewell. He is the heavy favorite at minus 135. Devontae Smith at plus 900. And then Slater and Parsons at plus 1,100. And then you start looking a little bit, just talking some odds here. Position of the first drafted player for the Detroit Lions. You have wide receiver at plus 120, quarterback at plus 450, linebacker at plus 550, and offensive lineman at plus 600. I find it very interesting. I feel like the whole world looks at the Lions and they say quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, wide receiver. But Lions fans, they look at it like, no, like, did you listen to our coach? That's the opposite of what he said he was going to do. If you want to spend some money on these guys, look at the linebacker, look at offensive line. You could get really good money for that.
I agree.
Thanks, Kyle.
I think tight end is an option there too, right?
Yeah, I guess that's possible with Kyle Pitts if he falls.
Yeah, I think he might. Number 4.
So yeah, those are the betting odds. Kyle, you can cut the music because I'm actually done.
It's driving him crazy.
Oh, which one does he want? Nope.
It is time to grade our Michigan beers for this episode, but before we do, I want to once again remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They are simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus in downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether you know what you want or you need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for that. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of the best craft beers from across our great nation, they're individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. Along with their great selection of craft beer, they have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. They also have the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family and is who we visit to help us choose our Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I should just type it into a computer. It probably wouldn't even sound as computerized as I do. I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's fine. Hey, I'm only 102 episodes in. All right, just give me a break here.
He's just warming up.
We're finding our legs. Okay.
I've had a
doctors, we're
really
just
good time
practicing.
tonight. Before we get out of here, we do have some beer grades to get into. As a computer, Sam already read to you guys. Kyle,
bad.
can you remind everybody what you're drinking and give it a nice little 1 to 10 grade? Or 0 to 10 scale. Yep.
I don't know what you just said, but
Do you understand? We're 102 episodes in. You know what's going on?
right.
That was like the focus
You know
of
the rules?
this podcast was everything has to be based upon beer grades, and then it just sports. I don't know what's
Wait,
going
my
on.
podcast?
No,
Oh, okay.
don't worry about it.
I don't have a podcast.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sorry, I'm drinking Arvon Broadway. It's a blonde ale. I did not like this at first, but it has grown on me.
Blondes usually do.
That's true. Yeah. No, because I've always been into blondes. So, it's good. It's good. 7.2.
All right. Micah.
Who's next?
I've got another Arvon for you. I've got the Peach Apricot Double Kettle. It's a sour ale with peaches and apricots. It's rated at an 8% alcohol by volume. There's a good amount of alcohol. It feels nice. I'm going to go with an 8.5.
8.5.
This is a very good sour, which, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, classic
Yeah.
Arvon, right?
Yeah. They usually don't make good sours, so that's a big surprise to me.
Yeah.
Lies.
Ryan.
Striker Lager from Lost Art Brew House. This is their 5%. They did have a better description than I gave them credit for at the beginning, so I'll just read a little bit. It says it's a lightly toasted bread malt backbone, holds up the hand-selected Michigan Crystal hops, giving this beer an invigorating flavor profile, unfiltered so that it pours glowing in the glass. Striker is smooth, clean, and constantly inviting you back for more.
Consistent?
That was so close.
Consistently also invites you back for more. It could have worked. I should have just finished
I
it
feel like
off.
consistently is the better word there, actually.
It probably is,
Yeah.
which is why I went there.
Yes.
You know, I was proofreading. Yeah, I think this is an impressive lager. It's not my go-to. It's not my style, really.
It's an impressive lager.
It really is. It's impressive. Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.7.
All right.
What's wrong with that description? An impressive lager.
I thought you did a great job.
No,
Jonathan
that's the way you
Scope
said it was
homers.
great, yeah.
I just think Kyle's in a bad mood.
No, he's in a great mood.
Kyle's
He
in a
gets
great mood.
meaner.
He's just being
He gets
mean to
meaner
me.
the
This
better
way I
mood
can-
he's in.
I can move
Is that what
when
it
I'm
is?
Yeah.
here. I'm
I feel like he's just always mean to me.
No, it's one of those things.
always the fall guy.
No,
for
no,
him.
well, you're the fall guy.
Or
That's
am I
the
just the
reason why I
sensitive
feel it.
guy?
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
Just
All
sensitive.
right. Anyways, I'm drinking from Saugatuck Brewing Company, their Oval Beach Blonde Ale. I'm going to read the
Yep,
can.
read it again, please.
Just to
Yeah.
make Kyle happy.
Yeah.
Don't read
No,
it.
I'm
don't.
definitely not going to do that. All right. Thanks, Buzz. It is 5% alcohol by volume. Obviously made in Michigan, always fresh, and it says "Have fun, guaranteed." I had a freaking blast tonight, so
Kid had
that's
five.
gonna boost it up a
No idea
point
what
or
that
two.
means.
The whole point?
Maybe, I don't know. You'll never know.
What do you got?
Well, what's the number?
I don't know yet. All right, now I'm gonna go with Oh, geez, you cut the drum roll short.
I want the number. You're taking too long.
8-1.
Wow.
Not so
Yeah.
bad.
He had 5 or 4.
I had 4, and I had a
had
couple,
3
a
that
couple
That we
others in
see.
between.
Can
That
make
we
a
see,
castle
yeah.
out of his cans.
Can you hand me that one right there? I wanna.
Do you need me to drive you home?
The Roaring 20s.
No, just follow me.
Do you guys live in
It's a windy road.
Pretty close.
Lot
All
of
right, so
deer.
we also all drank a little bit of Roaring 20s from Lost Art Brew House in Walker, Michigan. I thought this was amazing.
Oh,
I was a
boy.
big fan. We don't need to give it a grade. I just had to give it a nice little shout out.
Yeah, Roaring 20s.
Sounds
I think
like
they
you're
did
about
it-
to give it a grade.
I liked it a lot. I'm not going to give it a
dark.
grade because it wasn't an official brewery, or it wasn't.
It is.
It wasn't an official episode.
I think they're
grade.
licensed, actually.
I only
Yeah,
grade
I'm
one
there
per
for-
episode usually.
They
But
can sell legally.
what was the score that I gave mine? 8-1. Was it 8-1? Mm-hmm. Let's check the tape.
Sure.
Just check the tape. Yeah.
8-1. All right. So we're gonna bring our guests back in. They've kind of been chiming in here and there. Fuzzy's been a little mean to me, fitting in with everybody else here.
You know,
That's the thing with Sam. Everybody's mean to Sam. Or so he thinks.
got to put him in his place sometimes. You know?
No, he was spot on until he said it until he thinks. Everybody's mean to me, and it's fine. I get it. But Fuzzy, can you remind everybody what you drank tonight? You drank the whole thing, which is
I
very
did. It's
impressive.
very, very impressive.
I mean, this is a big
He's gonna
deal.
walk
So-
home.
Yeah, I know.
What was the
I'm gonna
alcohol by
sleep on your
volume? I
couch
don't know.
tonight.
That's about 8.
I don't know. I'll look at it in a minute.
Yeah.
So it's from Arvon Brewing Company, Transcendent Trendsetter. I said it right the first time.
Yeah, you've been practicing that
I
for the
have.
last 2 hours. Because we
You
did-
probably still couldn't.
I
read
couldn't
it.
say it. No, I'm not even trying.
What is
Sam,
it?
say it right now.
Nope, not doing it. Transcendent Trendsetter.
What?
Crushed it.
Nice.
Setter.
6% alcohol. Is that a
So
lot?
6.
That's not a lot. No, I mean it's not bad.
I don't know.
It's foo-foo.
What does Frank's Hard Lemonade have?
Was it? 2.
Frank's Heart is like.
Did he call it Frank's?
That was a long. That's 2 years ago to this day.
Did you see that they're getting into the seltzer game?
really?
Yeah, Mike's Heart is getting into the seltzer game.
Better tell Frank.
Frank's Market.
Get Frank on the
Frank's,
phone.
Frank's pissed.
Frank's Mark is actually really good.
We're selling out. We've had these great
West Side.
lemonades all these years. Now we're going to sell out to the seltzer game.
You started yelling, and John's like, "What's going on?"
He's like, no. Don't yell, Sam. Stop talking.
Oh.
All right.
As
Did
for
you give it a grade?
grade?
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be hard to do because I don't drink.
Yeah, but you can go.
So it's
We
good.
can always
Is my
start.
mic off? There we go. He's
I
got
hope
it
so.
back on. He's gotten so mean to me too.
Man,
He's starting to fit
I-
in more.
I actually drank it all, so that's one thing.
It's impressive.
It was not bad.
So basically, you're gonna start drinking more.
No,
Just that.
Exactly.
I'll go
Transcendent.
7-2.
7-2. That's a good score
That's
for.
pretty- Pretty decent.
You and I need to hang out and drink more often.
And
No,
smoke cigars.
that's a good score. All right, Joe.
Hockey
You
season's
started
over.
with lemonade beer.
I did.
You want to grade both of those or no?
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh boy.
The lemonade beer, I had 2 of them. It was, I mean, it's good. It would be a good beer like on a hot summer day when you're just like chilling at the pool or at the beach.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
in your hot
No,
tub.
that's or on the golf course or
You
something.
know, if
like
I'm
that.
drinking in my hot tub, man, that's gonna be a rough go. Things that are pumping at 104 degrees.
Ooh, nice.
That's hot. Ooh,
It is.
I'm about ready to get in.
that you are.
You guys can clean
Please
up.
keep your clothes on.
I forgot my suit. On purpose.
All right, so back to my lemonade beer.
Joe's like, you're not getting in my hot tub.
I need to like cut that sound.
Get the skimmer.
Break it out.
Skim the water. He's gonna go in there with his empty beer cans. Name of those blonde.
With all my friends.
The blonde.
Hello, my friends.
I'll be by myself.
You can go in there. Just turn off the lights. I'd say the lemonade beer was not bad, but I'd probably give it like a 6.2.
6-2. All right.
But now with the pairing, because that's my go-to,
Yeah.
and I think a few people may have snuck some.
Yeah.
I won't name
Well,
names.
he actively invited me to sneak some.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a community fridge. It's community. It's for the team. It's a team fridge.
Exactly.
I'm a big pairing guy, so I'm gonna put this up in the. It's probably gonna be 8-7.
I love your
Nice.
scores.
Yeah.
I think you hit those right on the head.
I'm just a big pairing guy, but I don't mind the lemonade beer. Would I buy it?
Well, you go Parent Gold.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
Would you take that over Summer Shandy, or would you go
Ooh,
Summer Shandy?
I love Summer Shandy.
Yeah, I'm a big Summer Shandy guy too.
Love Summer Shandy. You know what? How about Yingling?
I like that. I like.
See,
I like that
why-
beer.
I want that.
But you can't
what-
get it here.
Exactly, but
Bring
they
it
I think you- I
they
think
had
you're gonna
like
get
Fat
too soon.
Tire. Like Fat Tire
I
was
like Fat Tire. too.
No.
Yeah, it'll
so-
come now.
but
like
I
Fat Tire?
It's going to come.
it should come. It's about time
Yeah.
it comes. 'Cause I love Yingling. I had that in Florida a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's a really good beer. Every time you go down south, you got to get it. But you don't have to go
Yeah.
too
South
far
to
down.
Indiana.
Like Indiana.
Indiana. Indiana.
It's like
It's so
Michigan, no.
close. It's so close,
Indiana?
but
So close.
it's so far.
Yeah. For
Michigan.
sure.
Off topic. Zach Bodziak.
Oh, Bozy, yeah. Zach,
What do you say, Bozy?
we called him.
Bozer.
I don't remember. Bozer. Yeah,
Bozer?
that's what we
Can
call
we call him
Bozer.
Bozo?
him. Yeah, he was on my team first, then his team
Yeah.
second.
Is it okay to call him Bozo or no?
No.
Boz-
no, it's
Bozer.
Bozer.
No, it's Bozer.
It's
He was a
Bozer.
tough
Okay.
kid.
He
Bozer
was
says
a great kid.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of the best guys that are.
says
really good.
glorious wings shirt, Sam.
Thank you. So
very nice.
my mother-in-law bought it. It didn't fit her, and then it just.
So it's
worked
a
out for me.
women's t-shirt.
So it's a
It might be a women's. I don't know. But
That's a women's
Bought
shirt.
it for her. Yeah, not for.
It worked out for me.
That's a
I found it
woman's
in my
shirt.
closet. I thought Andrea
That's
bought it for me, and I was
Like-
like, "Hey, thank you for the shirt." She goes, "My mom just left it here."
The
Like,
neck looks a little
all right.
tight. Yeah.
Does it? All right, shoot. Now I'm nervous about it.
I know. That's why I said it.
Could turn it into a V-neck. Just
Bojack.
right down there.
I love
Tighten the
Zach. Zach
shoulders.
was seriously. He was. Such
He was a
good
great
dude.
teammate.
He was so much
Yep.
fun.
Deep V.
He's a ZAK. You're a ZAC.
Good job.
No H for you. No H for that guy. Come on, man.
It's a cool
He's
story.
fuzzy though. There's no Zach. Like, it's fuzzy.
Dude, everybody knows me as
That's
that.
that
Like,
is true.
It'd be like
There's
"Oh,
people
Zach
that are like,
Smith,"
I don't
and
even
they
know
go,
your real
"Oh,
name."
fuzzy. Oh yeah,
how
fuzzy.
I have
I've never called him the F word. No.
At least the
What
fuzzy
one?
word. No, but
Fuzzy,
hey,
yeah. I never knew his name was Zach. I knew Micah had a brother named Fuzzy. That's all I knew.
I mean, I had a really good time and really appreciate you guys letting us
Absolutely.
come
Great
here and including us in this. This place is awesome.
You guys got
So,
awesome
yeah.
products. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you for
Thank you.
letting us
Appreciate
like,
it.
see
Yeah,
this
thank
and
you
be,
so much,
be a
guys.
part of it.
You're trying to butter us up for the spa.
Yeah, exactly.
Or free product.
My pants
I don't
already
know.
up.
How did you know?
Get back in a bathroom bag or a
Well,
catch-all.
thank you guys for recording with us. Thank you, Kyle,
Yes.
Micah,
Thank you.
Ryan. Thank you, John. We'll talk to you guys next week, if not sooner.
Peace.
People like to tell me I'm a burnout soon, no, maybe worse. Running on coffee and 90 proof. Oh, but I ain't worried about the chorus, or even the second verse. As long as I'm breathing, I got nothing to lose. I'm living 6 feet down, doing 27 over, and I don't quite give a damn. I was born with lead foot and rust up leather hands.
Thank you again to all our great sponsors, the House Brewing Company and Cafe, Siciliano's Market, Mac Web Design. Also, thank you to Paradise Outlaw for allowing us to use their music for our introduction, Detroit Hustle, and for our out 6 feet down.